Get that on
For
video.
my,
Didn't either.
I got a mesh extender for my house, so that way I'm not trying to receive a wireless signal through the ceiling.
Nice. Yeah, I had to have one of those back when I was at the townhome I lived in. Because it was a 3-story townhome, and I was on the ground floor.
Good times.
I mean,
I've never heard of a mesh extender. Is it just something that like what lies on the ground and like boosts signal?
Well, it plugs into the wall and boosts signal.
Oh, okay. So then your basically your electrical system becomes your wireless signal
Kinda.
point.
Not quite.
No?
But
Okay.
Like,
it just you
It
put
utilizes
in,
electricity.
I stream.
Stan would be
It
able
just
to
sits
explain
on
a lot
the
better.
wall in the
Ringworld of
basement,
Elysia.
and it's at
The
it's
map
at a
is loading
decent
in.
enough
I don't
range where it
actually
can
know if
still
we're gonna use the
receive the
map for a
wireless
while,
signal
but,
from the router
it's
modem
loading
combo
up.
upstairs.
Welcome.
But
Welcome
then
to the
it
stream.
uses that signal
Jump
to
in the
project
chat.
its own signal. Signal to project its own
Okay.
signal.
Okay.
So it provides better Wi-Fi coverage at a slight fraction of diminishing speeds.
Steven, is this a map you made?
No. This I was testing out the Kirby Tavern's town generator.
Cool.
Yeah, and this one was pretty nice, so I was like, yeah, I'll use it.
Who has trees that close to their farms? What the fuck? This town sucks.
Yeah, I was like, there's a distinct lack of unique architecture for Steven to have actually made this.
That's a good point.
So, who would like to start the recap?
Fritz!
Lots of damage.
Piratas.
Like 140 some ouchies of damage.
Why do people keep
Yeah, I mean-
backstabbing me? Because it's easy, and it does a lot of damage.
Also a lot of fear effects.
Yeah.
I mean, there
I
wasn't a
could not
lot of
think
fear
that-
effects, you just had the one that lasted a long time.
Like 7 rounds. I swear to God, I
Yeah.
was afraid of that entire combat.
This is why you bring a paladin along. Yeah.
That was a unique combat in that it lasted more than like 5 rounds.
That's
and
fair.
only ended because the enemy fled, not because we like won definitively.
I don't know. We stole a sky skiff. I think we won
We
definitively.
do have a skiff.
I don't know if I'm still on the ground or not.
You would have been patched up. The ship has medics.
Meta.
Yeah, that was a little touch and go for a minute there. To fight.
In that case, I'll go ahead and put myself at 1 HP because I still had it on 3 successes, but still like on the 0 HP death saves.
We just watched you bleed out slowly.
Igneous patched himself up. He's fine.
No,
Should
I very
He's a tough
specifically
dwarf.
did check on the body, like that was the first thing that I did as soon as, they had officially fled. Was I ran over and I did a medicine check to make sure that he had stabilized.
I like the fact that you first referred to him as a body.
The body? Yeah, I'm glad someone else picked up on that. This
I've been
was
watching
subtle,
a lot of
but-
bones.
Guys, our friend's corpse is breathing.
Elgavar just
almost
like
as if it's
pokes
not
it with
yet
a
a
stick,
corpse.
like, you alive? Are you alive?
He came
Yeah,
back
he's
to life.
alive.
He's undead.
So yeah, at the end of last session, you guys had fended off the raid. The Vikings had fled back into the clouds, and damage control took over. Igneous, you were patched up and put to bed to rest. Anybody else that needed help would have been able to get some. Otherwise, watch was doubled for the rest of the night as the ship continued on.
Long rest.
Yep.
Huzzah.
As the Endurance
Just like that,
continues
I feel
its
better.
way to the town of Kincardin. As the next couple days pass, you notice that the air feels a bit chillier on this side of the mountain range. There's actively piled snow in several areas. A lot of the peaks are covered in white. And the far wall is gradually approaching as you make your way to the destination. The wall is quite high. It's the one right on the edge of the ring. And as you get closer, it begins to loom even above your airship. And eventually, next morning comes, and the quartermaster summons all the courier teams up to the top deck for the traditional picking of deliveries.
Is it are we approaching environments where it's cold enough that we would need like cold weather gear? Especially, I'm guessing like up in the air, or not quite yet.
The Endurance is able to provide enough gear for you to stay comfortable. It's a part of
Basic
this,
necessities like
yeah,
food.
service quality. They're not going to let their sailors, freeze to death. One of the perks of working for a owned vessel as opposed to owning your own vessel, where you'll need to provide for yourself. But the morning you all are summoned topside. It feels like a comfortable day. A bit brisk, but not terrible. And the quartermaster has his board set up. And you see Courier Team A that has returned, like you guys have, already waiting up there. You also notice the two new courier teams sort of shuffling around and waiting patiently.
I just like make motion to courier team A and start limbering up. I know I'm not going to be the one to reach for it, but some friendly jostling,
The halfling courier that's usually one of the first ones to grab something just gives you some finger guns.
Can't solve all your problems with finger guns.
That's where you're wrong.
Wow.
Wah wah wee wah. Anyway, after about 15 minutes of individuals shuffling around, all the teams are gathered, and the
Is anyone else having issues with D&D Beyond? I just keep spinning when I try to reload the page.
Nope.
Nope. This one might be you, bud.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Seems to be.
That said, I do need to bring up Beyond. All right, everybody. Welcome to this morning's job divvying to the two new courier teams. Welcome. I'll give a quick rundown of how this all plays out. Teams A and B, feel free to take a load off for another 5 minutes. The quartermaster goes off to talk to teams C and D. Team A wanders over to you to sort of chat up a bit.
Stick our noses up. No.
You just hear a massive thud as Igneous just sits down on the box that he was standing next to. Just boom. All right, take a load off. For no reason at all. He just makes a giant thud.
I mean, that sounds like a very reasonable thing to do. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's still very tired from yesterday.
It was a couple
Well,
days
yeah,
since.
he was beaten within an inch of his life. That's understandable.
Even if it was a couple days, he's
He
still
probably
like,
got
"Oh,
some
fuck."
bruises.
Yeah.
You got walloped by a Goliath a couple times.
Yeah, I'm that type of sore that you don't sleep off in one night.
Yeah, that's not just some ibuprofen shit. Like you really gotta.
No.
Oh,
How'd
it's...
you fare against the pirates?
Oh, unfortunately, we were down on the third deck, so we weren't able to get up too much in time.
Sounds
Right
like
about
an excuse.
an explanation.
Anybody see that kobold, or was that just me?
Which
What
kobold?
kobold?
It was a
It was a
kobold?
kobold. He had a guitar or something, and a really weird, wide-brimmed hat.
The halfling speaks up. Oh! Yeah, I remember seeing that one. I managed to get my head right up above the stairs when that first ship was taking off.
I've never seen a hat like that. It was weird. I mean, I've seen kobolds all the time, but
Like, it definitely looked like it was great for keeping the sun off of your face.
yeah.
But in this climate, I'd imagine it would get piled up with snow.
Anyway, it was just I had to make mention of the mariachi kobold.
Ah, the mariachi kobold. It's a shame he died.
Is it?
Or did he?
Bum, bum, bum.
New big bad guys. The mariachi kobold. Move
He's-
over,
he's been-
Piranesi.
been
He ends
more
up joining
Piranesi.
the New Fables.
Oh God. Everybody can turn a new leaf.
Yes, it's good to see you guys joined back up. We've just been the only returning courier team the last few rotations.
Oh, we couldn't let you
Seemed
have all
like,
the glory.
So, here's to smooth deliveries and a bit of friendly competition. The half-elf who sort of leads Team A holds his hand out to shake yours, Elgavar.
All right.
He ends up passing his hand around to each of you if you wish to shake his hand.
Well, seems pretty suspicious.
Good old death grip from Igneous.
I wonder if you could use the cantrip Shocking Grasp as like a joy buzzer.
I would think you can. Like, you're not actually using the spell, but like,
Yeah, like
Yeah, you're
basically
capable
use
of channeling electricity through your hands.
Yeah, I would.
I
I
would
mean,
be
it's
willing
a,
to accept like that as a prestidigitation, non-damaging like
Yeah,
phenomenon.
that's fair.
Yeah.
or even just if you did have that, arguing that you're kind of just putting almost no juice into it, so it's just it's the effect without any real damage, or maybe like 1 or 2 non-lethal or something like that.
Yeah. Igneous, when you give a death grip,
melee attack can always be non-lethal, so.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like I would argue that even though there's not like I mean there might be in some of the supplementary books over the years, but like if you can, channel electricity through your hand like a touch attack from a spell like that, I would argue that if you're not if you don't know that how to do that by complete accident, you basically could tone it down if you wanted to, like essentially arguing that you have control over your own spells. If your intent was to not, put your maximum effort into it, I don't see why not.
That said, I would maintain, going down this line of thought, a warlock would be unable to do that.
You think
Since
so?
they always cast at max level.
Highest level.
Oh yeah.
Well, I could see that as an interpretation of like they don't have like, even though they might know what they're doing, or like what they've been granted by their patron, and how to utilize it, they have no control over how it's always full juice.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
I
fairly
see that.
arbitrary,
all
but
the
it's
time, 100%. I believe
a
they have a
fun
game
like
about that.
continuation of this line of thought. So yeah, Igneous, when you give the death grip, you feel a electric shock like right in the middle of your palm.
Zero flinch. Just
Stare him down.
do you taste pineapple?
What's a pineapple?
You need to get out more.
Oh man,
I mean, we're
I
heading
think
to
it was a
some
mistake
barns where there
saying
might
that,
be some
because now it
pineapples
suggests
down the road.
that pineapples are only indigenous to the mountain valleys of Ulus.
That's right.
Yep.
You're welcome.
The layers of your world continue to grow, Steven.
Entirely because of me just saying random things.
I mean,
Well, that's just DMing. I don't know what you're surprised by.
Look, it's things I have to get used to.
Hey, it's the best shit. I had a goblin skald in a campaign, and I just any chance I had, I would just make up crazy random shit about the world, like
Yep.
make up random festivals or events or things I'd seen in my travels. And then Nate would always write them down.
For what it's worth, feel free to do that in this world too. I can only build so much. But also because, like, in the Star Wars campaign, like, they were world hopping constantly, so there was very little continuity between worlds.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Just use the other DMs to DM your DM game.
Yes, that's like half the
That
reason
is
why I
how that
invited
works.
all you guys.
That
seems
is, in
right.
fact, how it do be.
Just leveraging our creativity.
Yes.
I see how
You know what? I don't like it, but I respect it.
I had a plot when I invited you guys.
There's a plot to this thing?
Supposedly.
Machinations.
Yeah, and
I'm
it didn't start with
Pyrenazy.
Pyrenazy being the big bad.
That's where it's going because of our collective delusion.
I'm actually just like a little guide. You guys are writing the story yourselves. And I'm just like, I wonder what's going to happen this time.
Once again, I
so
think that's
glad.
just D&D.
I'm so glad that we figured out the big bad already.
We reinvented ska.
The big bad was actually you guys all along.
Oh,
God.
God, I wish.
You know what? We kind of have done some big bad things already. Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it's just a gradual descent, and then eventually you're like, oh shit, we're the bad guys.
Are we the baddies?
Anyway, the Courier Team A ends up parting after a couple minutes of chatting, and the Quartermaster returns. All right. I've got the board set up here. you all know the shtick. Thankfully, Kincardin is a relatively contained town, right on the edge of a lake, which is also right on the edge of Wall Eskil, which you will be seeing up close and personal as soon as we land. A couple of the jobs will take you right to the foot of the wall, so exciting stuff there if you've never been to the wall. But the furthest out is only probably, what was it, about 8 miles? So, fairly reasonable jaunt. Now, each team, pick your representative.
All right, this is initiative based, right?
Yeah.
All right, who's got it?
I'm just gonna look over at
It's one of you Dexy boys if it's
I think,
initiative
yeah, I think
based.
it's me or Marsden. But I don't remember which of us
yeah,
has
I'm looking
better.
over at Marston.
Do we have to pick beforehand, or can we both roll and like whichever one of us grabs it?
You guys
or
will
no, yeah.
go
We're-
up, you'll see the
we're
board.
naming it. I've been doing it so far. I'll grab them.
Yeah, you guys will
Or
go
I'll
up,
go.
you'll see the board,
Yep.
and
What was
after...
it? Initiative?
Yep,
Or
it'll be initiative.
Okay, dex roll.
If I
Yeah.
slap the hands of the other combatants away and attempt to make an athletics check.
Nobody has tried just tackling the other guys, so...
I would like to proffer tackling.
Yeah, I think Passenger like subtly influenced the minds of our competition once.
I like the idea of Igneous just going boneless in the crowd and like knocking everyone over. Like, oh no, my knee.
Still wounded from battle.
My old war injury.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I won't tackle anybody this time.
Who knows? It might be allowed.
We'll find out another day.
Aw, shucks. Alright, Marston, you go up. Next to you from Team A is the halfling that you've, seen several times when doing these. Courier Team C has sent Fina, the gnome alchemist, up. And Courier Team D has sent up a dwarf gentleman.
One dwarf. All right.
On the board, there's the typical pieces of paper showing the delivery manifests that need to be handled. For this first one, there's going to be 2 sheets of paper per one, so 2 deliveries. And the 4 stacks are labeled as guard outpost, homestead, wall exterior, and then the last one, wall interior.
Cool.
I feel like Homestead is most likely to be another insane rando.
The evidence would support that.
We've found an overabundance of those. Wall interior, depending on if that's an intentional thing or a someone's tunneling through the wall, that could also be an insane rando.
Like wall
It's just some-
interiors where
it's just
Steven
some-
makes this
yeah.
a horror campaign, so I feel
It's
like
just-
we should go with that one.
It's just some coordinates. Like, wait, what? What is this? So I'm just getting the names on these.
Yep.
The first one was guard outpost.
Yep, guard outpost.
Did these
I
have
feel-
challenge ratings on them again?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you usually gave like a star.
Yeah.
Or is that not in this batch?
All right, sorry. I pointed out that he forgot. Let's just move on.
No, I had to go get my stuff for rolling. Also, I may have forgotten.
Nonsense.
The challenge ratings. The homestead is listed as 1 star, so super easy.
Super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Wall exterior, similarly, 1 star. Guard outpost is 2 stars, and wall interior is 2 stars.
All right, I'm gonna try to snag guard outpost.
All right. Roll initiative.
Wow. It's gonna be a 21.
1v1. Hot dang, you got initiative. You beat Fina by 1.
Attaboy.
Right. Was that was Fina going for the guard outpost as well, or going for a different one?
Well, you've got initiative, so you can pick whatever you want without having to worry about her.
I was just curious. Like, did we both go for it, and I just barely snagged it with a 1 higher, or did we just both
So you're
go
going
grab
for
different
guard
things?
outpost, right?
Yes.
You snatch guard outpost, and she is on the opposite side of the board, snatching wall interior.
All right. I mean, we've been in some wall interiors before. It was very obnoxious.
And then after Fina's grabbed hers, the dwarf ends up grabbing wall exterior, and the halfling from Team A looks like he tripped over his feet a bit, and he's last to the board and grumbles a bit as Team A gets the homestead.
We don't have to deal with any weird survivalist uncles today.
I mean, who knows? This
Yeah.
might not be an actual guard outpost. It's just called guard outpost.
It's a mimic factory where they make the mimics.
They make guard outposts there.
Yeah, it might be a graveyard.
Anything's a graveyard if you kill enough people in it.
And bury them there.
How about that?
All right. Now that everybody's got their deliveries, head back to your teams, go over the dossiers, and meet me down below in 1 hour, and we can get the merchandise passed around.
All right.
Yeah. Marston, you return to Team B, and you're able to take a closer look at the dossiers that you were given. The first one, as it had mentioned, was a delivery to an outlying guard outpost. Further along the wall near the coastline.
How long? Like within a day or more than a day's travel?
This is going to be the furthest out one, where it's about 8 miles one way.
Okay, so still a day's hike if we leave early and make it back.
Yeah. Could end up running into the evening depending on various conditions, but
How many insane wall people we have to fight?
you've run into the mole men.
That's the wall interior group.
It's actually just a group of dwarves trying to dig under the wall.
Oh, buddy.
They're like, no, we were paid by the city. We were identifying weak points.
Every wall has a foundation, and we're gonna find it and get under it.
That's not how this is gonna work.
We will break free of this infernal prison. And that's a new cult.
Understand how space works.
They don't. They're dwarves.
A new cult.
Dwarves
What are
in
they called?
space.
Heard Deep Rock Galactic.
Oh, I was hoping they'd be the tunnel snakes.
And the second dossier is Fishing Village. Which, given directions on the dossier, it's near the guard outpost, so you'd be able to complete one while doing the other.
Probably intentional.
Kind of math it out, pick a path, and are we setting out as we land, or are we like arriving near nightfall?
You'd be arriving about midday, probably a bit earlier than that.
I mean, we could just take it out and then, like, camp out, or see if we can crash at the guard post if we wanted to get it taken care of immediately.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, we could definitely make an 8-mile trek in a afternoon, early evening. So I feel that's the plan.
All right.
Load up, maybe. Do we usually bring up the stuff, or do they kind of? Does the ship, the people that stay on the ship crew, like, kind of load up the deliveries for like any given docking, and then like the courier crews just work on the transport?
You head down to the cargo deck and go over the manifests with the quartermaster, who will get everything divvied out. For particularly heavy parcels, they will have some ship hands help out.
Do we have to like rent a cart again, or do we got
you take a look at the 2 crates that you need to deliver, and while they don't look heavy, the thought of carrying them for 8+ miles doesn't sound terribly fun.
Okay, yeah. So, I can't. Where did we just dock? I think I missed that.
The town of Kincardin.
Kincardin. Okay. Yeah. Kind of. I'll try to requisition as soon as we dock. I'll try to like leave the ship immediately to try to see if I can find an available cart on the docks. To borrow or rent.
All right. As you step out on the deck once the Endurance has landed, you see the decent-sized town. It's right on the edge of the lake that the Endurance has sat down in, as this small town doesn't have a full airship dock. You're using one of the regular boat docks. The gangplank goes down, and you're able to make your way out, and there is a looks like a stable and outfitter just on the main road up from the docks a bit.
Approach.
Inside there is a middle-aged human male, sort of just working on repairing a wagon wheel. Looks up as you enter. Good day. Can I help you with?
Sorry. Bud. Sorry, I interrupted you there. I wasn't.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Good day. How can I help you?
Oh, yeah, I know it's a little bit different every town we come to, but I'm looking to requisition a cart if that's available.
Are you from the big airship that just landed in?
That we are.
I think we can get something around. I've got a few carts out back. How big a one do you need?
I give him some rough dimensions.
All right. One that size, how long would you need it for?
Likely just into tomorrow. We should be back in town by then.
All right, that'd be about 1 gold even for 2. Full day going into 2. Would you like to buy the insurance for it?
Something happen on average to the carts in this area?
Not really, but you know, it never hurts to have it.
How much is the cart rental?
The rental plus the insurance would run you about 2 gold.
How much is the insurance?
The extra gold.
All right. I lay 2 gold down.
He picks it up and walks you out back. Shows you the cart you'd be renting. Would you also like a horse to pull it, or do you have some strong hands to pull it yourself?
I would just taking a normal trek. I don't think we need a horse this time around.
All right. In that case, he leads you inside, has you sign a bit of paperwork, and sends you off.
Tip my hat and walk off with the cart.
Yeah, but can we still get the feed bag? I'm gonna need to load that shit up with trail mix so I can just snack while I walk.
The real enemy we're gonna have to fight off is people popping up out of the bushes saying they'd like to contact us about our cart's extended warranty.
Hey, we might actually have an extended warranty this time around. Yeah, just
Well,
bring
we
it
don't
over to
have
the
a-
warranty,
about
not
it.
an extended one.
Yeah, bring it over to the loading area and then just kind of lean up against it, light up one of my incense sticks. Just wait for the rest of the crew to unload.
Okay, let's see. Elgavar and Igneous. I assume you guys are on crate duty.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, gonna have you guys roll me some athletics checks.
That is wonderfully adequate. 18.
22.
You consider 18 adequate, Alex?
Yes. Correct. Oh wait, I have advantage to push, pull, or whatever things because of my aspect. Yeah, nope, 18 was a lot better.
I got a 22.
All right. Both of you are able to carry your crates with a little problem.
That's it's the first nat 20 of the session, so
Nice. Got it out of the way early for me.
yeah.
I mean,
Why you
nice.
gotta say it like that?
You get everything up off the ship and load it onto the cart that Marston brings around. And you guys are able to get a good view of Kincardin as you're starting to walk through. You pass a couple notable buildings. You see an apothecary as you're going by. There's a nice looking building that says Merchants Guild, and a tavern called the Leyline Crossing. But otherwise, the main road leading out of town is well maintained, and you're able to get some good distance right off the bat as you trundle the cart along parallel to the wall off to your left side as you head down towards the coast. All right. Who is leading the way? Who's pulling the cart?
I'm probably leading the way just because I don't think I have the highest armor, but I do have a ton of armor.
I am cart.
Who's got
Yes.
what's highest AC? I'm at 17.
I think 17 ties
Uh,
for highest.
I got 15. I'll
I
take up
think
the back
Igneous
and
is
just kind
also
of be, keeping an eye on our surroundings.
Sorry, what was the question? I couldn't hear. I think my audio cut
AC.
out.
Like
Oh,
who's...
highest AC?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only got 16.
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
think it goes Elgvar, Kimbrin, Igneous.
like I've built myself an off tank, but the off tank that I've built is basically the equivalent of high AC, not great health, but decent health.
Yeah, you're an AC tank. I'm an HP tank.
Yeah.
By your powers combined, you can
We
get
provide
punched in
one
the face.
full tank.
By our powers combined, we're about 3/4 of a Jezka.
Yeah, the remaining quarter is just the ability to smite crit.
The special.
Smite crits. They make the world go round. For paladins.
Okay. So, Elgavar, you're leading the way. I want you to roll me a d20 for a travel check.
Great D20. That's a 7.
Not great, but not terrible. The road, once you get out into the foothills a bit, it's not as well maintained, and in some patches it's a little muddy. It looks like some of the snow has melted off and puddled. So, Igneous, I want you to roll me an athletics check.
Okay. And this is to pull the cart?
Yep.
Alright. Push, pull, lift, or break objects. Okay.
Yes, break
I
the
don't
cart.
believe... Yeah, I don't believe I need to have
Break the
rage
cart.
going on to get advantage on this. So
Depends how annoyed you are at the cart.
yeah, sure. So 17.
17? Alright. You do well enough that the cart doesn't get stuck, but your pace is still slowed. As you feel the wheels just sinking into the mud.
All right. Well, I will try and maintain the pace so that we do not get stuck.
Good plan. Oh, let's see. How long does it take to travel? 8 miles.
As everybody knows, you can maintain your momentum when in mud. And snow.
Travel pace. Normal pace, even at a slow pace, is plenty enough to make that distance. Started about halfway through, so that would be about 9 miles a day at a slow pace, 12 miles at a normal pace. So yeah, you'll be able to get there by evening, even with the slowed pace. The terrain around you is it's frosty right now as you continue on towards the coast. You feel wind coming off of the Camport Expanse, the ocean on this side of Ossifix. And it's feels damp, like it's probably gonna snow again this evening. Stan, as the day winds on, I want you to roll me another travel check.
Okay. 20 roll. 18.
18, good roll. The road conditions get better as you continue on. You can see off in the distance, a couple miles out, the guard post. It's built up on a rocky outcropping overlooking the coastline. No delays, but you also don't get like a great pace. And then eventually, about another hour passes, and you trundle on up to the guard post. You notice right away there is one guard outside, posted up.
I'll make my presence known, just waving, so that way they can see. It's not like we're trying to sneak up on them. Just
Yeah. The guard waves you over and approaches.
Courier
State your
team from
business.
the courier team from the Endurance. Delivery to the guard outpost.
Ah, good to hear. Good to hear. You can park the cart there. I'll show you where to bring the crate.
I follow him in.
Inside the guard outpost, it feels nice and cozy in here. There's a lot of furs lining the walls and floor to keep it from being drafty, and there's a fire going in the hearth. A couple of guards are sitting at a table playing cards. It looks like there's some stairs and then a ladder going up to the top of the outpost. Alright, you can take that crate, bring it over this way. We're going to be going down into the cellar with it.
I just look over the cellar stairs. Is it something that looks slick or?
They're a
Well,
little steep, but not slick.
Okay. All right. And Igneous, bringing it downstairs. It's welcome pace from the lighthouse.
All right, let's get this moving.
All right. Igneous, are you carrying it on your own or having a hand?
If someone wants to give me a hand, sure. Otherwise, I can probably manage on my
I'll
own.
give you a hand. Like that's
All right.
this
Roll
is a team
me
lift situation.
in. Roll me athletics check. Straight up,
It's a
not
nat.
with advantage.
Oh, wait, why? I'm carrying something. My aspect.
I'm aware.
This is
All right, fine. Sheltered.
oh. Let me grab one more dice then. I rolled a nat 20 and a 12, but the 20 would have been on the dice I would not have used. Technically, since that's my backup die. Oh, and then the third dice was a nat 20, so it's a 20, a 20, or a 12, so a 20. So 26. Wow.
Yeah, you guys get the crate down in the basement just fine. It's down here. It is chilly. The crate, the guard directs you over to a corner. Then he takes the shipping manifest, looks over, signs, and then cracks open the crate to just look inside and inspect. And inside you see there is a very nice selection of various cheeses.
Of course, the chef has us deliver cheese.
Oh yeah, the lads and I, we pooled our resources and we bought some nice selections. Yeah, we're getting ready for the next celebration to come through.
Some D&D
Celebration, huh?
campaigns topple kingdoms, fight dragons, and some D&D campaigns deliver cheese.
I just want to, keep the perspective a bit. You guys are delivering cheeses, but you've also delivered a lightsaber.
This is
Hey,
true.
I, for one, appreciate the gourmet aspects of this campaign.
I just want to be clear. I was not poo-pooing delivering cheese. Just noting that D&D is an amazing game that can include multitudes.
This was a Gouda delivery.
Take
The
away
guard
his
just looks at
inspiration.
you. We didn't order any Gouda. He looks at the manifest again. You guys didn't give me Gouda, did you?
This delivery is no longer Gouda.
I look over the manifest just to make sure.
There's no Gouda.
No, sir, no Gouda in this shipment.
He puts the lid back onto the crate. He's like, all right, follow me up top. We'll get the payment. The guard returns to the main floor, but then also goes up the stairs to the second floor.
Was the intention that we wait on the main floor, or do we follow him up?
Follow him up.
Okay, then I'll head up.
Steven,
As a guard outpost,
what's
I don't want to go anywhere that I'm not explicitly invited.
Which is reasonable.
what does this place look like? Where are the rest of us hanging out?
It's a wide circular post that from the outside it looks like it's a sort of squat tower that goes up about 5 stories.
Are the rest of us hanging out outside or inside?
You would be welcome inside, where it's warm and cozy.
Sure.
and
What's the area like?
The area is stony. This part of the coast, it's mostly the rocky fjords, but further along the coast you see green. And inside the outpost there is the furs along the wall and floor to keep the drafts at bay. A couple of guards are playing cards. You smell coffee and soup by the fire.
I'll go hang with the guards who are playing cards and just strike up a conversation.
One of the guards...
Not trying to intrude, just watching the game.
Yeah. One of the guards looks to have some half-orc descendancy. And another one is he is a tabaxi.
Lovely.
Looks like they're just playing pretty basic card game. The tabaxi sees you walk over. It's like, well met, traveler. How are you today?
Quite good. Yourselves?
Oh, living the dream. Another brisk day out here on the field. But can't complain too much. This is a fairly quiet posting, so at least we're able to stay inside for most of it.
That's lucky.
Yes. Some of the lads out on the upspin side of the continent, they have to go out and be very active with patrolling. And oof.
Yes. Times are strange for sure.
Yes.
The airship is less gentle than I would have thought.
Oh, I can only imagine. Do you have any rough run-ins so far on your journey?
Just a few days ago, we were attacked by pirates.
That makes the half-orc turn around in his seat a bit. On this side of the range, usually they stay upspin.
Have you noticed any strange activity around here?
This side? Not that I can think of. Although I suppose the... It looked like there was a couple of, more ships passing through than usual, but nothing particularly out of the ordinary.
As I said, strange times.
The half-orc sets his cards down. I should go put this in the roster.
Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil your game.
No. Doing patrols is our job, playing cards isn't.
Well, I figure it's better to have more information than not, right?
And something, half the battle, something, violence. He meanders upstairs. Alright. Well, the guard upstairs, dealing with Elgavar, dug through a desk and pulled out a pouch of coins. This should be the delivery fee, as well as the tip for graciously delivering cheeses so far out of your way. He passes the pouch of coins to you. It contains what looks to be 20 gold for the delivery fee, as well as a tip that is enough for each of you guys to get 10 gold each.
Okay. I'll thank you very kindly, sir. If you would just be so blessed to sign on the line here, and pink copy's yours.
He signs. There you go.
Tear the top copy, hand him the bottom.
Now the hardest part is going to be not eating those cheeses until it's proper time. He escorts you back downstairs.
Yep.
What's the time in game, Steven?
It's about an hour or so until evening.
Well, we should probably make the ask if we want to stay here the night.
If you are looking to ask, the guard who handled the delivery would say he was gonna head upstairs, find the post captain.
Much obliged.
He's gone for about 5 minutes, and then a well-dressed man comes downstairs. Looks to be wearing a heavy trench coat as well as a sort of scarf, suggesting he's been on outdoor post for a minute. He's human, probably early middle-aged. Greets you with a wave. Understand you're the couriers that just got in with our cheese delivery.
We did, sir.
And you were looking to bunk up here for the night, huh?
If it's not too much trouble.
Well, it's no trouble. It's just our guest room is, let's just say it's not exactly well used, and it might be a little brisk for you. We'd be happy to toss some blankets your way, but my personal recommendation would be there's going to be a village just up the coast a bit. If you leave and make good time, you'd probably be able to get there before nightfall, or just a little after. They have a small inn there that would have rooms a bit more well equipped for guests.
Thank you. I'll discuss it with my companions.
Of course. If you do wish to stay here, let me know so we can get the blankets out of storage and by the fire to warm up.
It's appreciated. All right, I'll return to the others. Share the information.
I think probably take him up on his advice. No reason to stay here if there's an inn nearby.
As long as we make good time, I don't see a problem with it.
Bed's a bed, but boost the local economy, right? Stay at the inn.
Yeah, and
I wouldn't mind a real bed after the thrashing we got the other day.
plus it'll be right on the coast. Hear the waves crashing against the shore. Perfect place for bedding down.
Yeah, and have a great view of Villeroy-Smear off in the distance.
Oh, good. Isn't our next delivery in a small fishing village?
It is.
Is it the same one?
Very well could be.
Well, is the small fishing village on our manifest named?
It is. Looking it up, it is going to be the same fishing village.
Okay. I figured, but, gotta ask.
Alright, I couldn't resist being obtuse for a minute.
This fucking guy.
It's like a genie. You have to ask very specific questions.
I can make any wish come true, but it might not be great for you.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Well, yeah, I would say we should press on, unless anyone dissents.
It's my vote.
Feels like we're all in agreement.
All right. The guard captain waves you off as you decide to head to the village. The guard who had greeted you is back outside at his post, and he gives you some quick directions. Follow the road down, take a fork, and wind through the hills a bit, and it'll get you to the coast. And so long as you make reasonable time, you'll be there by nightfall.
Thank you for your time.
Okay. And then I assume same walking order as before.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Elgavar, roll me another travel check.
All right. Roll. That was almost a 16, but now it's an 8.
Once you've descended from the rocky hilltops where the guard post was down onto the more coastal lowlands, the road has once again gotten muddy. So, Igneous, roll me an athletics check.
Sir, stop rolling mud on my boots.
Show me potato salad.
25.
25. You lose no time in the mud.
Woo!
And Alex, look at it this way. He's just rolling mud on your boots as opposed to a broken axle.
Oh, all right. I suppose that's better.
Or wolves.
There
I'm
could
gonna go for a
always be
fight.
wolves.
Ooh, mud wolves.
Oh no, you stop.
Sounds fun.
But yeah, thanks to the hardy endurance of your dwarf companion, the cart continues trundling on through the mud, showing zero signs of slowing. And before long, you see the fishing village roll into view.
All right.
Does it sort of seem like a nice little sleepy town?
Oh, it's pretty decent size for a uh, fishing village on the coast, but looks like it hosts a population of maybe around 150. Got some docks set up and a nice looking inn for the size of the village that it is.
Lovely.
And up the hillside a bit, you see a couple buildings of various size. What looks like another meeting hall and potentially even a blacksmith, judging by the smoke.
Well, I think we might get some decent accommodations.
Quaint little village. Nothing to complain about.
You notice out on the water there's still a number of boats that are out and about fishing, but there's decent number of people sort of walking the streets and just making their way to the tavern or home after work. Where? There it is.
If we haven't spotted the inn yet, head over, kind of look around at me. If we see anybody, you said there was people walking the streets. Just kind of ask around for it. Probably be the best bet.
They direct you close to the docks. Yep. Right over there is going to be the Silver Tree Tap House. One gentleman says.
Excellent. Sounds like a delightful place to bunk down for the night.
Oh, yes, it's quite cozy, if we do say. We're small, but we like bringing in new people.
Well, thank you for the information. Have a wonderful night.
You as well. The tavern sounds fairly lively. Lights are on as night descends. And yeah. Heading on in.
Certainly.
Mm-hmm.
You step inside, and you notice there's a distinct smell of fish and various seafoods. But otherwise, the place is fairly well maintained. A little damp just from its location on the coast. But the furniture is maintained, looks like it had been crafted within the last couple years. And there's a pretty decent crowd, looking like most of the villagers would usually come here to unwind and visit at the end of the day.
Sounds good. Head up to the innkeeper or barkeep, whichever one seems apparent.
You guys head up to the bar, and I want all of you that are at the bar to roll me, except for Kimbrin. I want, so Elgavar, Marston, and Igneous, roll me a, intelligence check.
In regards to what?
Intelligence check.
Don't worry about it.
Wait, why do I not have to do this?
16.
You'll find out.
You're so
Oh, boy.
smart.
God, I'm just
Intelligence. Oh, wow. Okay, well, that's a straight roll for me, so that's a 19.
6.
As you guys roll up to the bar portion of the tavern, the barkeep turns around, it's a dragonborn. As he looks at you all, his eyes go wide a bit, and he's like, "Hello, how can I help you today?"
Rubbing board, basically.
Algavar and Igneous, you recognize this dragonborn.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
Who is it?
oh shit.
Oh, is it the fucking pirate? Wasn't one of the pirates Dragonborn?
Yep.
The one that was taunting you back and forth.
Yeah. I was gonna say you should definitely recognize him. You fucking basically had an entire argument with him for the duration of the fight.
Well,
Or
this
you
is why I didn't
shit-talked
get
each
to roll
other.
a check. I didn't interact with any of these people.
Exactly.
Okay.
You were on the opposite side of the ship and then under the ship. What can I get you all to drink today? Hail, travelers.
Barkeep,
I'm
first I need to know your name.
My name is...
Your name.
My name is Felix, good sir.
I'm looking around. Do I recognize any of the other staff or?
Let's see, you got a... What was it,
16.
16? Now that you've got, like, the seed, like, the Dragonborns here, you're looking around, and you feel like you recognize some of the faces.
Where the fuck is that Goliath?
My armor is immediately on.
Oh shit! What?
The various fishmen, back away. There's a lot of startled yelps, and the Dragonborn's like, "Oh, well, I just asked what you wanted to drink."
The hell's going on?
I'm gonna say, what the hell is happening?
I'm
Me
pointing
and
at him
Kincardin.
and going, pirate.
I resent that remark.
I have no fucking chill.
Not pirates, good sir. Thank you very much.
Any flash of recognition at this point, or?
Yeah. You're...
No chill. Just I'm not drawing weapons. I'm not attacking. Armor on, pirate.
like the
Well, hot damn.
the Dragonborn sort of turns and you see like the side of his head and you're like, yeah, I threw a knife at your back a couple times.
Oh, we totally didn't resolve the fact that we had 2 prisoners.
Right.
We forgot all about that.
That
Like, I
is
remember I wanted
a
to question
thing.
them. Because we
Back
did
a
tie them
couple
up
days
and
ago.
steal the fucking skiff, so
That is a
We have-
thing.
we have them. Can we take a little rewind here so we at least like, because we definitely would have talked.
Oh man,
Like-
nobody covered that in the recap.
Yeah, well, I did
Nice.
mention the
Was
stolen.
not-
I did mention the stolen skiff, but I
I was not part of that portion of the fight, so
yeah. Well,
I
to be
forgot that
fair,
happened.
I was gonna say, to be fair, we called it like in the middle, like essentially before we had a chance to resolve combat. Like we basically resolved combat ending, but like me and Kincardin were still in the skiff with 2 tied up pirates and like away from the ship at the time that we like called session.
That's true.
So like we kind of never
Jesus.
did the wind down, because I think it was already after 10.
So, Marston,
Yeah.
as soon as you recognize the Dragonborn and understand the situation, we go into a memory montage.
Ooh, a
as,
flashback. Hell yeah.
as you're recalling the previous days.
Moose, well
We hear the
played.
music of a harp.
Well played. Like what a way. Cause like the best part is that's basically what's happening. Like this is happening and like that was like, oh yeah, that shit that happened is immediately coming to mind.
We are kind of experiencing a real life cinematic flashback.
Oh, this is glorious. Okay. Narrate, Mr. Man.
As the oh god, what's the film term where there's like a like dim edge, a vignette, as your memory sort of takes on a vignette as you recall back to capturing the skiff as well as the 2 prisoners. You are at the controls of this small skiff. You get it under control. It is no longer diving perilously towards the ground. the darkness has been dispelled, and Kincardin is tying up the man and the halfling. Off in the distance, you see the Viking ship disappear off into the clouds and into the darkness. Marston, would you have any experience flying a air skiff?
I would say, considering my backstory and my career, probably. Like I can't imagine there wasn't some point in my life where I didn't either escape on one or learn how to in the thick of it.
Alright.
I might not be great, but I think I probably could. I know the controls is probably what I would guess or say, without having had to have thought of it before this point. That's my assessment. I don't know if you would agree or not.
All right. Mainly, I'm just wondering if I need to give you disadvantage, a flat roll, or let you add your proficiency.
Yeah,
So-
I'll go with that. I wouldn't be proficient on one.
Yeah.
At least.
So
yet.
I'm thinking just a flat roll.
Yeah.
So give me a d20.
All right.
Didn't use enough yeast.
Nice.
It's gonna be an 18. Or any skill, or not skill, but stat going into that, or just roll.
Just roll, because there's proficiency vehicles. Which
Yeah, but I mean, would Dex or intelligence or anything like that factor into driving?
Yes, because proficiency just adds your proficiency bonus.
I'll let you. We'll say intelligence.
Intelligence, okay, 18
Yeah.
then.
You are on a skiff that, well, you've used a skiff before. They're not all the same. So you're just snap, spur of the moment, okay, this does this, I need to do this.
Yep. Yeah, because basically, what type of if I was doing maneuvers, I'd maybe say that was Dex, or this is just piloting basic. So yeah,
This
18.
is knowing how to control the skiff.
Yeah.
You get it under control and have enough understanding where you feel like you'd be able to get it to the Endurance.
Not gonna lie, Cameron, I thought that might have been the end for me. Glad it worked out though, because I always wanted a skiff, and I kind of pat the railing as I kind of get it under
captain's going to
control.
let us keep it.
I don't think I'm not sure what you mean by let. I didn't see the captain jumping off the ship, swinging into this thing, and commandeering it from these two individuals of ill repute. I
This
believe
is
that
true.
was you and I. You took the first jump, and I took the second. If anything, I claim 50-50 with you.
Yes, in hindsight, it was rather foolhardy for both of us to do this.
Oh, definitely. But
Odd that sort of behavior should be rewarded.
see, I think life is a tapestry of events that you just have to sort of take control of as you go. We took assessed the situation. You saw some individuals sneaking up behind us, and you said, "I don't think so." Took matters into your own hands. I saw them escaping with you. I thought, hey, Kincardin's good friend of mine at this point. We've shared many a conversation of the night. I can't just let that stand. So I just had to follow any means necessary. And here we are. I think it all worked out.
You are a unique fellow, Marston. That a few conversations in the night is enough to throw yourself off of a ship for.
Oh, well, I believe there's been more than a few conversations in the night. I'm pretty sure there's at least kind of start counting on my fingers and then lift up my tail as well. At least 11 times I can think of where we fought side by side, lives on the line, and I believe we're both still breathing.
I'd like to think so.
Well, then I believe that's more than 2 conversations in the night.
All right. Back topside, on the deck, Elgavar, you are next to the unconscious Igneous. Or should I say, were next to the unconscious Igneous. This is in the past. As the captain and looks like a couple of members of Courier Team A, along with more of the sailors armed with weapons, burst out onto the deck to continue chasing off the Vikings. The captain immediately, begins damage control. Sends a medic over to check on you and Igneous.
I would have put my last healing spell into Igneous.
All right, Igneous, you're awake as the captain walks over. You see he is sparsely dressed. It looks as though he was getting ready for bed when the attack came. Well, that was unexpected, but good job, both of you, on keeping the ship safe.
I don't know what was with that group, but they had me terrified. I don't think I felt fear like that since being here.
Some of these Viking groups, they can be quite imposing. It's nothing to feel ashamed of.
I didn't hear no bell.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
The bell was your
Oh,
head
yeah.
being knocked to the ground.
No.
I'm just going to ring a bell. Just ding, ding, ding.
Are they gone?
You did well, Master Dwarf. You can rest.
Oh. Where the fuck was everyone else?
Down below, eating dinner and getting ready for bed.
Lazy.
Perfect time for the skiff to come around.
Skiff comes around. The captain...
Mission to come aboard, Captain.
As the skiff comes into view, you see the captain's hand sort of drop to his sword again, but then hears you and removes it.
Ah!
Marston, what in the world?
Well, you see, I think they were after something below decks, and Kincardin and I put a stop to that. Funny story, we also ended up with the skiff. I don't know if we can, tie this to the side here. I'm not sure where best to put this. Just kind of start looking around.
The captain rubs his face as he's thinking the matter through.
Hey, it might come in handy in delivery duties. I don't think it's an asset we can afford to just scuttle.
That's reasonable, but as you mentioned, we don't exactly have the attachments for another skiff right offhand.
We could just tow it for now. I imagine we could, hook it up with some gang lines to the back of the ship.
Yes, I'll summon Nalria, have her get everything together for it.
Oh, also 2 prisoners. We can, question them, maybe turn them into the constabulary when we dock. I'm sure curious what they thought it was worthwhile attacking a vessel in the nightfall.
The captain, the hand running over his face, just stops as you say prisoners. We're a cargo vessel. Don't really do prisoners, but also not gonna just throw them overboard, I guess.
I can get rid of your prisoners.
No.
Don't take them up on that.
No. I don't think so.
I got
Master
some
Dwarf.
anger issues to work out.
Never would have guessed.
He hates heads.
Yes, you have permission to come aboard as well as securing the prisoners.
You're the man,
Alright.
Kincardin. Looks like we did good.
You did something.
Damn right we did.
It's odd. Usually in piracy, you don't come out ahead in assets.
Oh, that's only if you're doing it wrong.
The skiff is moored and begins to tow behind the ship. As the prisoners are tied up and brought below deck, they set up a sort of impromptu prison to keep them contained.
I can't remember. Did Telsaris buy like a private room, or did Piranesi have one, or were they like just in the general crew area?
Piranesi had a private room.
What's that being used for right now?
Had gone back to the first mate who
Okay.
would have used it, but given the circumstance, he would probably be amenable to using it for prisoners.
Can't get a break getting your room back, can you, sir?
Such is the life of first mate.
Well, you're doing it admirably.
That said, I am going to take the liberty of removing some of my valuables before you put prisoners in there.
Probably a good idea, considering their profession.
After about 20 minutes, the first mate has enough of his stuff cleared out where he feels comfortable letting the prisoners stay in there. And then a couple of the sailors are posted up as guards, including the one wheel hand, the big towering orc. And yeah, you have prisoners.
Who wants first crack at them?
I think I'm just kidding.
Oh, me? I'll take that vote of confidence. Very well, thanks, so.
First crack at what?
Oh, asking them what the hell that was all about.
I have an idea.
About what they were after?
Actually, never mind. My idea is stupid.
Now I really want to know what the idea was.
Okay, so the thought was, you know their leader?
The Goliath?
Yeah. What if I just shape changed into him?
Interesting.
I mean, I saw them leave, right? I don't know if that would.
Well, they were unconscious.
They were also in a sphere of darkness.
Oh yeah, they didn't see any of that.
So there's
I don't know
definitely
if
a good chance that they didn't.
The tricky part would be like assuming we'd leave them tied up. Like, I like where your head's at. I just don't know if it would actually work.
Yeah, I don't think
Well,
it's stupid,
I'm wondering
I will say.
if I transform into him, you put me in there as a fellow prisoner.
Like a plant. Okay.
Exactly. Because they don't know that he wasn't captured.
then
And
you
I
could be
did
like,
see him
Did you
when
get
they
it?
first attacked.
Well, no, because
So I have seen his face.
Yeah. I mean, we could try it. I mean, worst case scenario that we don't find any information, and then I just go in there and rough them up a bit. I mean, persuade them.
Yeah, we could do
Man,
some
you wouldn't let me
prisoner's
hear him?
dilemma bullshit here. If you guys are up for it.
I say we go for it. I mean,
Okay.
it literally we can't not like assuming we have no information now, which we don't. Like there's no way it would make us worse off than we currently are. So it's worth a shot.
Fair.
I'm not allowed near prisoners, so you do what you gonna do.
Yep, you're definitely not allowed.
Yeah, you
go
lost
get
that
some food.
privilege.
You're only allowed near prisoners that we definitely want to die.
I'm not allowed unsupervised in the jail.
I mean, you were supervised when that last one happened. There were 3 of us there.
And nobody did anything to stop me.
Yeah, the reaction time on "oh what beheading" was not good enough.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to use my shape change ability to take on the appearance of the Goliath leader.
And I'm gonna hunker down outside the door so I can listen in.
You guys have to escort me in like I'm a prisoner.
I mean, they're not conscious yet, are they?
Right, but still, just in case. From the moment we start engaging with them, it's all deception.
The big orc wheel hand and the half orc Elgavar's crewmate Orson tie you up and escort you in just to make it believable, you know, since Goliath.
Yeah. I'll slump unconscious on the floor.
When you morph, can you look pretty roughed up? I mean,
that's a
you
great
could
question.
literally change your entire appearance into a different like race and species. I'd imagine you control like the fine details too. Otherwise, that would kind of make no sense.
I mean, I'll allow it. You know, make it look like you're bruised and slightly bloodied.
Yeah.
Because that dude fought hard. I don't think they'd believe that he got.
Yeah, I suppose I
taken
can.
down.
Yeah.
I don't see an issue with it.
Yeah. Otherwise, you know, how would
Having
you
a
ever
couple
match
bruises.
appearance if someone was messed up when you were trying to match them? Wouldn't it make sense that you could? Yeah, I mean, like
Yeah.
you got to have that level of control. But yeah, we already heard the DM say he'll allow it. Let's go.
So, you end up waiting a couple
Be
hours.
right back. I've got to go stop my dogs from freaking out.
Bark, bark.
Good luck.
Bark, bark, bark.
You end up waiting a couple hours. It's now about the middle of the night, and you feel somebody jostling your foot. Hey, boss. Boss.
Ugh. I don't remember what his voice was.
You never heard him, I think.
He talked a couple times up
Yeah,
top.
he talked like before I acted in the first round. I definitely heard what he yelled at everybody.
Oh, man.
In character, you probably remember.
That raid
Yeah.
really must have gone tits up if they managed to capture you.
Ugh. You can say that again.
What happened?
Everything went according to plan. And then, well, last thing I saw, I was standing over this dwarf. And then everything went dark. I don't know any more than you do.
Everything was going smooth, but I guess we just approached a little too fast. And we were just about to the underside, and then this absolutely insane man just jumped off the ship into the skiff.
Yeah.
And it didn't even happen just once. It happened twice. 2 insane guys jumped off of a ship onto a skiff. Who does that?
Who throws a shoe?
Too much went wrong.
Oh,
Should have been easy. Easier.
all I'm saying is they reacted a little over the top. We weren't even going to take anything major. No. Oh, it's Vikings. Let's kill them. He slumps his head back against the wall. Oh, man. The missus is gonna kill me.
If they don't do it first.
I don't know about that, though. Like, one of the guys that jumped on the ship, insane as he was, like, he was one of those weird punching guys. Monks, that's what they're called. Like, he kept doing, like, it felt like he wasn't actively trying to kill me, so that was something.
Monks. Really?
Yeah.
Who just has a monk on their ship?
Seriously, this was a weird fucking ship.
Has anyone come in to interrogate us yet?
If they did, it was while I was still unconscious. I only woke up a little while ago.
You might just be letting us stew.
God, now that you say stew, I realize I haven't eaten since this morning.
Well, get used to it. We probably won't get food and water unless we say something.
Yeah, probably.
You ever been captured before?
Well, back when I was a lad, I got caught stealing. The guards figured the way to punish me for it was they tied my wrists up and hung me from a tree by my arms for about 3 hours. Oh man, my shoulders were sore.
Well, they're gonna expect us to say something.
Ooh. I just thought of something. I'm gonna establish a psychic link with Kincardin.
Oh shit.
God? That you?
He now thinks
Can
he's
I
a goblin.
communicate back with you, or is it one way?
I'm fairly certain I can hear. Hold on a second. Yeah, we can communicate with each other, but if I have the link with multiple people, it's always just me and them one way.
Gotcha. Okay.
I kind of I say try to get them to. It kind of sounds like they didn't hit us intentionally. It was just sort of a fluke, which seems odd, but considering how they operated, but maybe that was just their modus. See if you can steer it that way.
Well, when they do come to interrogate us, we all need to have the same story.
Oh.
And
Go ahead.
that is assuming we're not just going to tell the truth.
I mean, like, I can't imagine this ship would probably punish us too much, but if they turned us over to the authorities, oh, you know, the Duchess would love to see some people like us strung up for a while as a show of force.
Well, then we'd better have a damn good explanation as to why we were doing what we were doing.
It won't be a problem for me, but he swings his leg over and taps the still unconscious halfling's leg. Won't be a problem for me, but Cinder Cheeks over here will he's still unconscious, so.
Look. The way I see it, I might be able to get the two of you off if I take responsibility.
Sir? He sits up a little straighter, looking a little proud to be in the same room as you.
None of mine are getting strung up. Not if I can help it.
Now, Kincardin, I want you to roll me a deception check.
Yeah, that's fair. That is a 12.
As he's sitting up, his body language suggests that he's, feels proud to be serving under you, but you also see his eyes squint at you. That's very magnanimous, sir. I consider myself lucky to be serving under Ogren.
I write
Steven, does
that.
this seem like a test?
Roll me insight.
Mm-hmm. 17.
You feel like he's beginning to prod.
Do I have any sense on what he's testing me on?
He emphasized your name a bit.
Yeah.
Can I possibly insight on that too to maybe give him advantage on that, because I could hear this conversation, kind of like chime in if I basically in his head if I catch anything.
Sure. Roll insight.
That's a 7.
No.
I just kind of go, I'm not sure if he's doing anything there, so I got nothing.
He emphasized the name a bit, so it could be that he intentionally mispronounced your name, or even maybe used the wrong name.
Mm-hmm. I'll say... can you say exactly what he said to me again?
I am proud to serve under Ogren.
Give him the people's eyebrow.
Yeah, I'm just gonna raise an eyebrow at him. Look at him almost, like, suspiciously back.
Ah, it's a battle of suspicion.
Mm-hmm.
But, very well, sir. What should our, story be? He, kicks the halfling a bit, just to test to see if she'll wake up.
I'll say... Tell them as much of the truth as you can without incriminating yourselves. Play on desperation, need. And if you have to, tell them you were strong-armed. That'll link up with my story. Worst
definitely-
case, I do time. Or get strung up. But you and the others should be okay.
Believe that's doable.
At this point, psychically, I'm signaling to Marsden. This is the time you should start coming to get us.
Okay, I was
Take
just
us out
gonna...
one by one to individual rooms to interrogate us.
I'm gonna pop the door.
If you want, Igneous can be there to add a little chaotic
Good cop, bad cop.
belligerentness and kick the door in and be like, "We're going to interrogate you."
Uh,
I mean,
Uh,
unless I would.
all I'll say is
I
the
gotta
first
wait.
mate probably wouldn't appreciate you kicking
I was
his door in.
as you're
Well,
rearing
yeah,
up, maybe
figures-
kicking the door, I sort of
figures-
wave you down. Like, hold on, wait. I'll call you in if I need you.
Figure of speech, kicking the door.
I do like
but
the
I walk
idea of
in,
good cop, bad cop, though. I love those.
Yeah, I just kind of
I'm bad copping.
very, very nonchalantly just swing the door open, and I psychically I say to Cameron, "I'm gonna slap you in the face with my tail, make it look good." And I walk kind of past everybody, sort of not establishing eye contact, spin, slapping Kimberly in the face with the tail, like very lightly. You know, it makes the skin on skin contact sound, but like, basically expecting him to play it up. And then just sit down and cross my leg, one leg over the other on the first mate's bed, staring at the group on the ground before me. All right, you all fucked up pretty good. You have any idea what we're transporting? I'd imagine you did, because otherwise I don't know why the hell you'd have struck this ship.
Look, don't get too full of yourselves. You're a cargo vessel. We wanted to hoist some cargo.
Oh, see, I think you were after the state secrets we're transporting. See, I don't think anyone would have done what you did, all that sort of flash and opulence up top if you were sneaking in from behind, unless you knew exactly what you were after.
You see the man's eyes go a little wide. Holy shit, what kind of ship did we hit, boss?
Insight on that.
Roll insight.
I'm gonna fucking take my advantage, because Christ, I'm sick of rolling low. 18.
He seems very genuine. He's like, holy shit, what did we step in?
I do not need to use my advantage. I can use my psi-powered knack that I keep forgetting about.
What is it?
Let's see here. It's D8, so that was what, a 10. Let's roll that.
I think what it is I think you can use psionic dice for other things.
Yeah, skill check specifically, I can add my psionic die to them.
It's like a weird bardic inspiration.
Like a self-bardic inspiration, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. So yeah, that's gonna be a 14. Does that still get that? Like, I get the sense that he's being earnest.
On a 14?
Yeah.
It feels earnest.
Okay.
Or at the very least, good, well acted.
Oh, you'll have to do better than that to convince me you didn't. You just stumbled, asked your way into this.
Look.
Who you working for? Tell me who sent you. Maybe we can work out a deal.
He holds his tied together arms and points at Kincardin. I work for him.
I kind of swivel my head around and look at Kincardin. Well, I believe that you are the captain. It's not in dispute here. So are you the one who also takes all the jobs, calls the shots, and figures out who you're going after?
Kincardin, the other guy, his eyes are locked on you to see how you answer.
I psychically say, play dumb. Just put don't say anything. I got a plan.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay silent and just stare like red hot coals at Marsden.
Well. Looks like we got someone who's a little bit surly. I believe you had a little bit of a dispute on deck with one of my friends here, and I kind of whistle for Igneous, I'm like, Igneous, I believe it's time for a little bit more of a tough hand. I believe you can escort the captain here out of here. A little bit more of a dark, maybe damp and sweltering accommodations.
As you whistle, Igneous will like slowly walk through the doorway, just murder in his eyes and just crack knuckles.
Dun 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 dun.
I once saw this man behead a prisoner held captive in my very arms. He can be a hair trigger.
And I'll do it again.
Well, not before we get the information we're looking for. I mean, if one head goes, maybe either of these two individuals might be able to fill in the blanks that the captain is unable to.
That's up to the captain, isn't it? Let's go, scumbag. I got some questions for you. Starting off with, where is your goddamn dragonborn friend, you asshole? You two. I'm gonna have fun with this. And I will very brusquely grab Kincardin and like wrench the arm back. Like, it might hurt Kincardin a bit, but I am trying to show this is bad cop central. Like,
Igneous isn't the best actor, so he just does everything genuine.
Oh yeah, no, this is genuine. This is as genuine as I can make it. I have to like hurt Kincardin a little bit to make this look believable.
I'm gonna jerk my head back and try to break Igneous's nose.
Oh boy.
I mean, okay, yeah, like before you stand
It won't let
up.
me break free, but I want to draw a little bit of blood to show that I'm trying.
Yeah.
Roll me an attack roll.
It is an unarmed strike. Sorry, bud. Okay, it's a 12.
Use stunning strike.
You stop.
With a 12, you make contact, but don't deal damage.
Yeah.
As the struggle starts, I kind of call for that guard they had posted outside the door to help out as well.
Borson comes in with just a grin. Yes, Borson liked this part.
And as this is kind of all shaken down, I cross my legs the other way and pull out one of my incense sticks and kind of light that up, just sitting there. Well, they're roughing up your captain here. Maybe your memory will become a little bit more clear. Or your friend there. I could maybe get her to wake up if you become unnecessary.
Oh, is there another room close, like adjacent to the first mate's room or anything like that?
Captain's quarters would be across the.
Very
Steven?
close by.
Yeah.
Other question.
Okay, so before I leave the room with Kincardin, I'm gonna say, let's go to the captain's quarters and see if you have anything useful to say. As Igneous is leaving, he'll shoot a death glare at the other one. You're next.
All right, I have another idea. Steven, is there like a window or a porthole in this room?
There is.
Okay. I have an idea. It's kind of insane, but I think it'll work.
Boy, we all have interrogation ideas, or how are they all gonna smash together?
Here's what we do.
We'll find out.
Yeah, one person up top who knows how to pilot is going to take the skiff down about 50 feet below where that porthole is.
Oh my god, we're gonna throw you off. And
You're going to throw me off the ship, and I can slow fall down to the skiff.
Oh, I love this.
Oh boy, this is amazing.
This is such a good memory. Thank you for remembering this, Marston.
So I'm so like I wasn't expecting to run into these dudes again. So like it might have just completely slipped all of our minds. So I'm so glad that didn't happen.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
And I love that this is a flashback.
I don't think we're playing this any different than we would have if like
No,
we
exactly.
would
That's why this
is what we would have
That's why
done.
this is so perfect. I love that this is like this happened like essentially naturally to like actually do in a fucking an actual fucking like let's play it out flashback.
Yeah, we're making it up as we
Oh
go
my
along,
God.
but I think this is legitimately a good
Yeah.
plan.
Well, yeah, this had to happen before we interacted with these bar guys. So, like,
Oh my god.
we had to resolve however this shakes down before we proceeded with that scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Okay.
do you relay that to me psychically that that's what you guys are doing?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, first though,
Actually, wait.
first let's go into the captain's quarters. We're gonna like mull it over. We're gonna act like you're getting like I'm beating the shit out of you. You're gonna yell. We're gonna bang some shit around. Like for like 5 minutes. So like while Marston's doing the other part of the interrogation,
Yeah.
there's gonna be like banging going on. There's gonna be screams.
Yeah, you don't
Screams of
just
And then
pain.
jump
it's gonna
right
go
to
quiet
throw him
for a
overboard.
suspiciously long amount of time.
Yeah, maybe like after like 5 minutes, I'll go. It seems like your usefulness is run out, and then we'll tramp up the stairs like to the top deck really loud.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then at like the 10-minute mark, we'll have Elgavar
Fucking
underneath,
perfect.
and then the window.
Marston's just sitting here looking like a fucking shark. He is loving every minute of this. Big grin on his face.
So unless Cameron wants to do anything different with that general time frame plan, just throw in those events whenever it would be appropriate during Marston's interrogation.
Yeah, I think that is the sequence of events.
All right. The man still in the room is just sitting patiently with his head against the wall looking at you, Marston.
What do you think? You know more? Captain knows more? Or she know more?
He looks down at the halfling. She's new. She's been with us for like 4 months.
Inside.
All right, roll insight.
Uh, 20.
He's lying.
Okay.
I definitely get the feeling that he's just trying to protect her.
See, I don't think that's, I feel like you answered too quick there. You know, you gotta make sure you're conveying yourself correctly, when you're being interrogated. Otherwise, you know, little details, minutia, sort of reflects in your facial expressions, tone of your voice, the way you comport yourself.
It's a good note. It's definitely a good note. With the boss, you probably should have given him that tip as well. Not sure how you changed his mind on things, but I definitely got the feeling that he wasn't quite himself.
Well, you see, with the type of cargo that is in question here, the penalty might be a little bit more severe than your average snatch and grabs. So it's imperative that we get to the bottom of this. Relevant parties need to be made aware if there's a leak in their organizations. Loose limbs sink ships, sometimes fall off of ships.
And what kind of cargo might that be? I'm genuinely in the dark. I was just told, get in the underside, steal a nice-looking box.
You get
It's
any sort
probably
of
got something.
description of the nice-looking box you were after?
Something that looked valuable. You see, that's the
That's
thing
all.
is... Look,
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
we just need money and supplies. If we can get money from it, fantastic. If all we got was supplies, fantastic. But apparently it sounds like we had the opportunity for a real big score hitting you guys. And then just missed the mark.
Well, that's the thing about real big scores. It attracts the real big shocks. You don't want to just go mucking about where you're not supposed to be. Now you truly believe you didn't get any sort of direction, no sort of maybe go right, maybe go left, or a real nice box with maybe some particular beveling, design, ornamentation. Nothing even subtly suggested by your captain or your crew about what you were looking for. Just real nice.
Look, the boss said, nab something that looks valuable. So I was
Staring
gonna
him
go
down.
into your hold and find a valuable looking box.
How would they have gotten into the ship?
The underside of the ship has sort of an access for letting the main skiff out.
Okay.
So they were going to work open the hatch and go in from
Gotcha.
below.
Let's see. All right, I think you at least believe what you're saying. So I think I'll need at least one more second opinion before we proceed apace with our original assumptions. I'll be right back. I kind of get up, I'll leave the room.
Thud, thud, thud. Ah!
Yeah, that would probably be.
Sounds
I'm
of
gonna
violence.
I'm gonna go. Well, they're still roughing up. I'm gonna go find Sidwell, see if he can revive our third or our second prisoner.
Revive.
Well, rouse.
Rouse. I can probably do.
As far as I know, she's not dead. So, revive was more a turn of phrase.
I'm actually going to check in on Fina and see if she has some sort of smelling salts since she's a chemist.
Oh yes, I've got something. She opens up her alchemist bag and pulls out a vial. That should do the trick.
Thank you.
Pretty sure it could wake up a Tarask if it tried.
Do we need any sort of advisement while using this, or is it sort of anyone's capable?
Anybody's capable. That said, it's
For long exposure,
potent.
it's not a good idea.
Yes. It also has a knack of lingering. So,
Should I open the window?
it couldn't hurt.
All right.
I'm sure the first mate would approve of his room not smelling like those salts.
Perfect. And then, you know what? That might play into another bit of theatrics we are doing in a minute here.
I have no idea what's going on, but I'm here for it.
Well, if you look outside the port side of the ship in the next few minutes, you might see something interesting.
Oh, you all are insane.
Oh, I believe we're just enterprising.
She says the insane part with a grin on her face.
Yeah, return to the room with Sidwell, and I'll be like, all right, we're going to rouse her, give us a few minutes, and then I think our finale will be perfectly set up. The window will even be open, so make sure to give it a good screen.
I go and wake her up.
All right, you pass the, you uncork the vial and immediately can smell it yourself. And
I did open the window first, just.
it's within a foot and a half of her nose, and she already snaps awake without it passing under her nose. She's like, "Nah,
Hot damn, you have the dosage on that correct. Good lord.
you know, the fish's trying to steal my money."
Oh.
What? Where?
Waving that out. Welcome back to the land of the conscious.
Oh, my head. She points at you. You kicked me in the head!
I definitely did. It was fun. Wait, kicked you in the head? No, yeah, I think I did when I came down. I'm usually not the kicking sort, but you know, needs must.
She looks around, registers that she's tied up. How? Bollocks.
Oh yes, bollocks indeed. Do you have any idea what? You know what? No, let's go with this. What were you after? Who you working for?
Me specifically, I work for this guy. She points to the man next to her.
Oh, so is that not the captain we have in the other room? Seems
Wait.
like your original story might not be holding up so high now. Slick.
She looks over. Wait, they captured Agrin? Yeah, apparently they did. But no,
We got a name,
specifically
that's a little
what
bit-
she's referring to is the fact that she's my partner, and when I joined, she joined. But for the most part, she just follows my instructions.
How long you been working with this outfit?
Well, I came on after he did. I've been with it for about a year or so.
Knocking over any ship you see or going after specific targets?
More or less just cargo vessels.
Nothing working on the side. Maybe you felt that was going a little bit slow in the sort of accrual of wealth, and you thought, I don't know, maybe I could, under the guise of, oh, we're just knocking over, look at that vessel. I might have heard there was one coming through, and you know, someone maybe approached you on a day you were minding your own business, but they found you. They might have known what you were up to, and maybe that threw you off your game. Got you a little bit worried, but they said, hey, we got a payday in it if you hit this ship coming through on this day. And they maybe described a particular piece of cargo, and that you needed to be on the little stealth vessel coming in, going and actually picking up the goods because you were informed what you were looking for, coming after a specific piece. Is this ringing any bells? Sound a little bit like what happened?
She side-eyes her companion. This guy really likes to talk, doesn't he? Yeah, a little bit.
Well, what I really like is the truth, getting down to the bottom of it. See, I don't know if you know, I think your friend seems to be apprised of the situation of how much shit you're in right now. But,
Well, I mean, we're
levity
captured
isn't
it
what
on
I'm
an
here for.
airship.
What's more about what we're transporting? Who we're working for?
Her eyes go wide. Oh shit, you're not with the consortium, are you?
I take that opportunity to pull out my my tail reaches back behind me and kind of digs around in my pocket, pulls out the ring, and I kind of moves around, and I flick that, do the whole like kind of coin trick in the hand, spinning it between my my fingers before palming it and making it disappear.
Both of the prisoners' eyes go wide. The halfling tips onto her side and just starts kicking the other man. We hit a fucking consortium ship?
Well. Seems you do know. But
No, the
maybe
thing we
weren't
know is that our
told.
scout is ass.
And who might that be? Is it him? I point at the other guy.
No, he's one of our drivers.
The Dragonborn. Maybe that
Oh.
little fella with the mariachi sticks.
Oh, Rodrigo, yeah. But no, he's not one of the scouts.
Give
Felix.
me a name.
God. he was... Look, he's just a guy in the village that, you know, he's usually, you know, up and up on information, you know, has a friend in the capital who says, oh yeah, there's a nice laden down cargo vessel passing through. You may want to hit that. But usually he's pretty good about being like, oh hey, this is consortium vessel, steer clear.
All right, and this Felix, he suddenly said you may want to hit this ship. Did he give you any specific information?
Oh, Felix isn't the scout. Felix is one of our other enforcers.
Oh, then didn't they just say that? Well, who was the scout then? Did I miss that?
Because specifically you were like, is it the Dragonborn? And she was like, oh, Felix? No.
Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, if he's the dragon, well, who's your scout? Who's your contact? Who's your person of information?
He's this sort of squarely looking kobold. Not Rodrigo. Rodrigo's cool.
I did like his music, I will admit.
But yeah, he's rolled into town about... I think they said, well, the guy's just looking at her like, you're really just gonna keep talking.
Hey, that might be the only thing that's keeping y'all alive in this case.
I feel like at that point,
and
that's
yeah,
when
I was just gonna
the
say,
drop
now,
happens,
yep,
keeping you
now.
alive. I think that's when that needs to
Yes,
happen.
that is exactly. I was gonna just say now would be perfect.
The halfling and the man both look at the window, just processing what happened. The halfling's face is just confusion and shock.
And I gesture behind me. See what I mean?
The man
Guessing
is
he
like,
stopped talking.
oh, I guess they didn't recruit the boss. But, yes,
Guessing
friend,
both of you want to
she's,
walk out of this alive. I think you said you had a wife.
yes.
Well, you need to tell me everything you can about this gentleman that you got your information from. If it's if I think it's worth it, I think I'll work something out.
Look, he's a squirrely kobold. Half the time his information's good, half the time it's not, and apparently this time it really was not. So, believe me, if I walk free from this, I'm breaking his muzzle.
In like a minute or two, Igneous would probably come back down and be like, does anybody else need persuading?
Hold on, Haas. I think we're getting through. We're reaching a quorum.
Captain wasn't so amenable. Did you?
Oh, we heard.
Oh, you saw the...
Yeah, we had to open the window due to some maybe an overuse of some smelling salts. Made the room a little bit pungent.
Oh, well, at least they'll be very awake as they're falling. And then Igneous will just genuinely, just kind of like a half-innocent look, like, which one? Like, I'll start looking between the two of them, like, which one we throwing next?
I think I've got what information I need here. I'm gonna confer with my associates, and I'll be right back. You hang tight. Yeah, and I go convene with the first mate, the captain, my friends, kind of give them all the information I've got, and kind of how do we want to handle this sort of discussion with the group.
Both the captain and the first mate are sort of in agreement that, legally speaking, the continent of Osifix has a general rule of turning individuals like these over to the law.
Do you think, I mean, we could leave it with them if they want to maybe turn in their little informant to maybe lessen their sentence. What's the usual sentence in Oath Effects? Is it death for piracy, or is it more of a example, sort of a jail time, maybe hard labor?
Well, it used to be, back in the
I suppose I'd probably know that, but yeah, he can.
previous Duke's tenure, it used to be either hard labor or military conscription. But since the Duchess has taken over, she's taken a much more hardline approach, and it is almost without a doubt that even if they turned over their informant, they would be sentenced to death.
All right, I guess those are the local laws. You know, I'm gonna be honest here. I thought for certain after our recent discussion of you know, some of the more sensitive cargo we might be carrying from time to time, that this was a directed hit. But I'm pretty convinced that it was random. We just happened to be the ship they knew about.
The Endurance is what would be considered a appealing target, especially when fully laden.
Makes sense.
It
Well,
very well could have been random.
that's my vibe. Everything I says, or everything I heard, and considering the level of theatrics we went to get the information, I feel it's pretty solid. And this is your vessel, so I mean, you got my opinions on the matter, but I think what we do with them is ultimately up to you.
I am willing to hear suggestions. You spoke with them. Do you feel leniency is in order?
In the way that they struck the ship, it was definitely entirely intended for theft. I believe most of the theatrics on deck that they pulled were meant as a distraction while they snuck off with some goods in a small skiff. Personally, I think they got I noticed a few, maybe a spool of rope or some tops, a little bit of supplies, but I think we got a skiff out of it, and I believe that's probably a lot more valuable.
Yes,
So
this would be very much considered a loss for them.
yeah, I think given the circumstances that no one died and that they barely made off with any goods, and that this was not a targeted endeavor, and you know, we I think made out more than them, I believe it wouldn't be untoward to let them walk in this particular circumstance. We hit the dock.
Are
maybe
Eldevar and I back on the ship?
Yeah, I mean, I gathered everyone up.
Okay,
At this point,
Like,
probably.
this is essentially like our group, the captain and the first mate, is who I would have gotten
see.
together. People who would know about the special arrangement we have with the captain, basically, for potentially like sensitive transports, and then us is who I gathered up. So, but yeah, that
I
you
do
know,
not
we
believe
lose.
their actions warrant a death sentence.
That's about my take on it as well. You know, we hit port and they maybe get lost in the crowds. I don't think that's anything too unfavorable.
Perhaps we turn them in for a lesser infraction. Something that will not draw so much ire, but will still lead to punishment.
We could say they were stowaways.
What would that garner?
Oh, probably either a fine or a couple months of labor.
Feel like that seems reasonable. If we're not gonna just let them walk, I would be okay with that. That gives us lets us save some face as well. You know. Showing that we're law-abiding citizens, turning in criminals. I will say that we are technically stealing their ship, and they could potentially. I mean, what's the legality there, Captain? I think you'd be. Would that be considered spoils of engagement? Not something that could come back on us?
I'd say
If we
Maybe.
filed it, they would expect an explanation of the circumstance.
I think we might just need to let them go then if we intend to keep the skiff. And I think they'd be more than amenable to losing that little bit of asset for their lives, knowing what they're facing.
Yes, if it was acquired in a trade, we wouldn't have to give specific details as to the acquisition. So if,
Oh, how about they traded the skiff for their passage? We could
that's
we could
expensive
even
passage, but
huh?
it's expensive passage, but
Well, we could
An
say
accountant
it was
would agree to
damaged.
it.
Maybe it wasn't fully operational, and we were working on getting it fixed up for ourselves.
I find
Or again, we
that-
could just let them go if we don't want any sort of paper trail, and just let this be a gentleman's agreement.
I'm willing to authorize whatever you see fit. You were the one who handled the interrogation, and if they seem reasonable enough to just let go, then
I believe that just letting them go was the right call, considering our chat and what we've established as the narrative, so to speak. And I don't think that they would pursue the skiff back, all considered. So I believe we would be free and clear, if they are free and clear.
anybody who wants to can roll an insight check.
I would like to.
I do enjoy a good insight check.
Nat 20 for a 25.
15.
Very low.
I got a 6.
Oof. Kimbrin, you definitely get the feeling that the captain is sympathetic
Oh, I actually have
Towards-
insight, so 9.
these Vikings.
So he seems amenable to Marston's plan.
Yes.
Does he seem more like sympathetic for like another reason outside of the ones we've given? Like something based on his past or background?
You feel like it might have to do with personal reasons.
Mm.
Even outside of just the logic presented in the case.
Yeah.
He feels sympathetic and would be amenable to letting them walk.
I believe we're all on accord then. I know you spoke out pretty immediately on turning them over, Elgavar, but given the circumstances, have we swayed you?
I suppose.
Then I believe the matter's settled.
This world has enough paperwork as it is. We don't need to be throwing our lot into the mix.
Yes. Bureaucracy being what it is.
Not to mention Osifix already has enough prisoners.
Hmm.
I've
is
had
true.
enough paperwork this campaign.
All right.
Would
Well,
you
I'm
like
gonna
to fill
go.
out the transfer requests, please?
I'm gonna go have one final chat with our guests, and I believe we can consider that settled. Once we hit dock, we all go our separate ways.
Sounds good to me.
Should I ask them the same question I asked the other guy if they're gonna do their thieving again?
Nah, don't. You know, it's entirely. You know what? I'll handle this. You did
Okay.
excellently. That the timing on that throw of Kimbrin was beautiful. I could not have orchestrated it better myself. But yeah, head back down to the room.
All right.
And sit, go back in, sit down on the bed again, and pull out a dagger.
Both of them
And,
cock an eyebrow in unison.
So I believe we've reached an understanding of how we want to handle this situation. It sounds like you're willing to do your own bookkeeping, which initiative is always appreciated. And I just kind of, observe, look at the dagger and kind of. I think once we hit port, and I just chuck it like right in between whoever. Are they like sitting upright?
Yep.
I chuck it right in between one of their legs, so it hits the wood. If we were to, I'll lose track of a couple people on the ship, I think that would be a entirely understandable thing to have occurred.
And I suppose you'll be keeping our boat.
Oh, most assuredly. Consider that payment for transgressions rendered.
It leaves a bad taste in my mouth, but I can't exactly argue with it.
I believe the other option was turning you over for piracy, and from what I understand, the Duchess does not like that.
No, she's not exactly the biggest fan of our kind.
Yeah, swinging in the wind, I believe, would be your fate otherwise. I believe lives are more important than a boat. Given
Yes.
What's being rendered here, seems well within reason.
I have no issues with the matter.
All right, I believe, given what is at your feet, you can figure your own way out of your binds. I would request that you leave the dagger, though. I like that one.
He cocks an eyebrow. So you're just giving us a knife rather than just untying us?
It'll paint a better story if I were asked what happened to the people that were on our ship unintentionally.
Now, follow-up question is, are we, cutting our ropes and then just hanging around until the next time you hit port, or are we getting a lift groundside?
I believe you can make your own way off the ship once we hit port. And I kind of I think about how long it'll be till we make landfall, and I say it'll be, how far out are we at this point from?
A couple days.
Couple days. Okay, maybe rewind. If I would have known that, I thought we were like a lot closer.
Yeah, so they're like, so we're escaping, but then just sitting on our hands for a couple
Yep,
days?
sorry, I was picturing this all like happening within the next day, basically. So yeah, no, I would just cut them loose. And like, given the circumstances, obviously, probably best to do anything requested of you on the ship if needs be. Otherwise, feel free to hide down in the cargo bay for now. Actually, no, that's a bad idea. I didn't say that.
The halfling just laughed.
Yeah,
keep
no.
Just keep them in the quarters for now.
Yeah,
I think we just keep them prisoner
remain in quarters.
until.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our good friend Bronson, it was to be outside the door here at all times. Stay put. Otherwise, I'll bring back in Igneous here. He seemed, if you noticed, a little bit, itchy.
Unhinged?
Am I up? Am I
No,
up? And
no,
he'll walk
not
back,
yet,
He'll walk
not
back
yet,
into the
not
room
yet.
with his halberd. Am I up?
Only I kind of like push him back out the door, like only if they're on unaccepting of the terms, which they are not. They seemed very reasonable.
I will.
Am I
interpret
correct?
any
I
rule-
look back down at them. I'm like one hand on the doorway, one hand like on Igneous.
I
any
just want to say I'm a
unescorted
big fan of
prisoner
the
I shall-
I'm a big fan of the good cop, batshit cop routine you guys have going.
Hey, if only it wasn't true.
Do they not believe that I've killed?
It's okay. I'm pretty sure they believe.
I'll make him believe.
Oh, we believe, but we also believe
It's
insane
good.
people can kill people.
All right. Well, I
see
believe
you want to escort it outside this room. That's free game.
we're
I'm
good,
just
we're good.
saying.
understand. I look back at them real quick. Like everything understood. We're all on the same page here.
Oh, yes, I understand just fine.
All right. Well, I'll be seeing you hopefully never again. Come a few
hopefully.
days. And then I believe that's a pretty good doodaloot, 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 and flashback point.
I like how snarky that one is.
Like, cut back to the Mexican standoff. Felix is like, I just asked what you wanted to drink.
Ah, Felix! I didn't recognize you right away.
Yes, I'm still a little bruised from the, wharf there. My friend, it's good to see you up and well.
How's Rodrigo doing? I know he hit the deck pretty quick. He still breathing?
He's on the mend, but he's probably gonna be out of commission for a couple months.
Good to hear, good to hear.
Can
well,
I
you know,
get anybody a whiskey or an ale? He's slowly putting his hands down onto the counter.
I
Good
believe,
idea.
you know, staying here might be a little. Is there a different inn in town? Maybe we should just sort of keep our separate ways.
I believe
think-
you
I think
saw
this
the
is a good
fishing
one.
village. We don't exactly have multiple inns.
Is revenge on your mind?
That's not really our shtick.
All right. Well, you know, I feel like that probably tracks.
That's a
you know,
good
yeah,
choice.
What do you got for whiskey? You know, I believe we should probably share a drink here. I just kind of walk up to the bar and sit down.
He pulls out a bottle and he's like, well, he pulls it very slow, you know, making sure nobody's like, oh, he's grabbing a weapon. He pulls out a bottle that has a sort of textured glass and a well-designed label. This is imported from the Grand Bazaar on the other side of the expanse.
I hail from around there. A little bit of
Then it
taste
should
of home.
taste familiar. He pours a couple heavy belts. He's being generous.
Everybody sit. I believe we've hashed this out. I don't even think anyone died.
Well, Rodrigo came very close.
Yeah,
I was pretty
well, you
sure
know-
I killed him, but I guess not.
I'm glad he didn't. His music was delightful. You let him know.
Is he gonna
You
be
know,
playing
no-
that would be great.
No,
sorry
his
I
arms are
stabbed
kind of broken.
Oh, well.
Hard to sing when you're breathing through a tube.
Oh, brutal, Mr. Kimber.
Well, if you would tell him we said hi, that would be delightful.
A door on the off to your guys' left on the far side of the room opens up, and you see a Goliath step out.
Bees.
How is this? Agron?
Agrin.
Agron? Oh, Mr.
A-
Agron. Pleasure to meet you in person. Maybe first name.
Yes. From behind him, you see a halfling's head poke out. Oh, Pillick, you guys again?
You know, this is quite a coincidence.
Look, this
Cool,
wasn't intentional.
If it helps, we're not here for you.
Oh, thank God.
Or are we? What's the next docket? What's the next thing on the docket?
I believe we had a deal with our two captives. We can keep that resting.
Yeah,
We're
that's
not
the-
here.
I meant
explained it a
literally what's our
little bit
next
ago.
delivery? Are we literally delivering here? That would be wild.
Yes.
Oh my fucking god!
What? Wait, you just tried to avoid the delivery fee? What the fuck? Is that all they were doing?
I doubt it.
They were.
They seem to be running a legitimate business, and that's
This
like their
next level
side gig.
Porsche pirate
This
shit.
is glorious. Well, you know, Elgavar, who are we delivering to? Second package.
Just says Felix right on the fucking
Yeah.
invoice.
Felix.
Felix's feed house.
Well, hot damn. You know,
Wait, really?
small world, small world. Did you know you were knocking over your own delivery service?
Wait, is my new kettle in there?
Is that what's the invoice say, Sidwell?
Kettle. Black.
Well,
One.
how about that?
That wasn't supposed to arrive for another 3 months.
Well,
We're
looks
very
like
good at our jobs. Keeping your parcels intact and unmolested.
Well,
what a small world this is.
I'll have to give you a very nice tip, he says with his teeth gritting. As a show of thanks for you defending my parcel against raiders.
That seems only fair, considering what these parts might do to individuals such as yourselves. I just see
By
a
all
bunch of
accounts, we did
upstanding
a very
businessmen,
good job.
correct?
Run that by me one more time.
Oh, sorry. What do you say, Cameron?
No, it's fine.
I was
I'm
just
just
saying,
being a snarky bitch.
yeah, kind of alluding to like, you know, we know that they're pirates, but then I say, I believe I'm just seeing a bunch of upstanding businessmen here, correct?
It depends on how big the tip is, honestly. I mean, let's be.
I don't know, Bone.
Felix pulls out a pouch. He's like, well, that's the 15 gold delivery fee for my kettle. And then I've got a tip here of... he starts counting the gold while looking at you guys.
This is a good time for an intimidation check.
I was gonna say, like, I still feel like we robbed them on like a personal
I'm
level.
okay with that.
So I'm gonna let him count out a very reasonable, like, 2 gold each, maybe. So like
What's
eight gold.
How expensive is the bottle that he poured from? Like, what's one
It's
of the
a
good
nice
whiskeys
bottle.
they've got?
It's a
Like-
nice bottle.
Like it would be a little ridiculous to ask for basically that bottle as the tip.
Well, yeah, they've
'Cause
already.
That's what I'm about to do.
I was gonna say, it seems like we've already gotten or at least Marston's already gotten a nice pour from the bottle.
How about we just leave the bottle and we call that a tip, huh, Felix? What do you think?
What bottle? I don't know what you're talking about. He slides the
Good
bottle across.
man, good man.
Excellent.
You realize in a fair fight I'd kick your ass.
Ah, whatever you say, Master Dwarf.
Another few glasses, then I take it. We can definitely finish this off here.
He sets out a couple of glasses and then also sets one down, couple seats down, and Agrin sits down just down the rail from you.
I am probably going to write up a small document, and just slide it across the table across the bar to Felix, and it's instructions on how best to repair the damage that I inflicted. Because if I recall correctly, I did get the engine to start smoking.
Yeah, you were beating up the engine.
Rocket punch, rocket punch, rocket
Felix picks it up, looks it over. Oh, appreciated, I guess. He looks around. I'm gonna be honest, I'm still not entirely certain this isn't just a big joke.
in the cosmic
That
sense.
jokes are cosmic.
I kind of High five said, well, as we both basically make the same jump.
I'm gonna sit down next to the Goliath fellow and say, so, how exactly do you pronounce your name?
Agrin.
I'll keep that in mind.
I kind of snap and point at Kincardin. Good call.
The man and the halfling from a couple days prior sort of poke their head around and gauge the room and whether they should come out.
Oh, I was hoping they were gonna like stumble in just after us from outside. Well, B, looks like you made it home safe.
Yeah. There's not going to be any fighting, is there?
Not unless you all start something.
Fantastic.
Maybe a friendly bar brawl. Who knows?
At that, Agrin will look over. Just say the word, dwarf, and we can have a nice friendly bar brawl.
I don't think you could handle one right now.
And especially not in my bar. I don't like brawls here. Anyway.
And we've already done enough damage to your property as it is.
Can I interest any of you in some food? And will you be staying the night?
We will.
It's a bit late on in the evening for us to be making our way back, so I believe that would be the case.
Marvelous. I'll get our nicest room set up for you.
That's the spirit.
And for food, we have fish. A lot of fish.
Would I know if a potion? Or, you know what? Never mind. We're good.
Fish is good eating.
Fresh caught, I imagine.
Oh, every day. It's fantastic.
Anybody know the detect poison spell?
It's called being a dwarf. I think I have resistance to poison or something.
Actually.
Right.
Yeah, advantage against poison.
Resident food tester.
Yeah.
Full iron gut.
So our
I can
specials.
purify food and drink as a ritual.
I think we're probably safe here. As if the halfling and the human made it back here before us and probably had time to update their crew, they would know that we totally obviously did not throw Agrin off of the ship.
Yeah.
But like they would have definitely shared the other bits of the narrative that were provided. So I think we're probably safe here.
Yeah, I feel like with the laws, how like
Yeah.
the Duchess treats, I feel like they don't want to step out of line around us
Yeah.
unless they are going to absolutely kill us. And in that case,
Yeah. Well, yeah. Not only just the fact that like we have them kind of dead to rights, many witnesses on piracy if we wanted to turn them in.
Yeah.
They also think we're consortium.
yeah, that's
Steven,
true.
Just a little like risk assessment brain right now. How we feeling? Like we're all kind of guessing based on circumstance. I want to get a sense of like just our own character's ability to perceive body language and, language. How much are we able to tell in terms of how safe we might be here?
I'll go off of the previous insight check. Atmosphere is a little tense, but the
We are paying customers.
other crew members that had been a part of the raid that Elgavar recognized, they're sort of just sitting off in a corner trying to like keep their heads down. Felix is tense, but doing his job. Agrin is nonchalant and nearby in case he needs to start breaking heads, but that's just as a stopgap for the crew.
Right. Well, let's get some food.
Marston's had like the best 2 days that he's had, I think, since he convinced a bunch of goblins he was God. Like he's riding the high of a perfectly executed deception and confidence game. He's very pleased with himself right now.
Will you be having the special? It's roasted grouper caught just off the coast from here. Otherwise, we also have a very nice chowder.
Ooh, you know what? I think a chowder would go great with this whiskey.
Of course. Chowder for all of you, or mixing things up a bit?
I'll just have a fillet of fish.
Heard.
Chowder on a cold day would be delightful. Thank you.
It's a good choice. And he moves to the part of the bar that Igneous is sitting on, and he sort of squats down a bit to make eye contact while being level. And for you, Master Dwarf.
Oh, more of a red meat guy. Got
We
anything
have some
tenderized.
We have some venison, but it's not exactly our specialty.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and try that.
All right, I'll have him cook up a steak for you. He stands back up and goes into the back. After Felix has been gone for a minute, Agrin speaks up. I suppose I owe you thanks for not turning in 2 of my crew.
Oh, do you? I suppose you do, huh?
Yes. The point where I'm even willing to overlook the loss of the skiff.
I felt like it was all within everyone's best interest, the way it all shook down.
Yes. I would have much rather had these 2 back than that skiff. So, consider the matter buried.
The punishment would not have fit you the crime.
That sums up a lot about Osifix. It is a harsh climate and a harsh rule.
So, by that logic, you do what you do because you don't get enough attention from the capital, or what? Like,
Oh no, if anything, we want less attention. But the Duchess has withdrawn a lot of the support to a number of the outlying villages, such as this one. Makes our existence more of subsistence. And a number of these little fishing hamlets have turned to personally requisitioning supplies.
Desperation can make men do almost anything.
Yes.
So it was a scenario of overtaxed and just you don't receive enough services for it then?
Yes. To boil it down, more or less. We have been on hard times, but since we have started doing the requisitioning, as you can see, he gestures to the tavern, we've been able to make a better life for the village. But it's always a gamble, and part of it goes to paying off the guard post down the coast a bit.
Funny you should mention that.
He cocks an eyebrow.
We had 2 deliveries today. One was a kettle.
Oh, yes.
Aside from piracy, is there anything you believe can be done to help you?
The most direct, getting a new duchess. But that's not the business we're in. He holds up a hand to immediately backtrack from suggestions that he might want to kill nobility.
Mm-hmm. I simply question if there is anything around here making things harder on you than they need to be.
Well, this side of the continent, he points a thumb in the direction of the coastline. This side of the continent, so we've had a rough time of it since that mountain range landed, but that's old news, and so is the hardship. At least we have a better go of things than Crowania. I know a number of villages that have gone to do similar work, have their own reasons. On the Upspin side, they do it because hitting, well, a number of them will raiding vessels, hit some elves while they're at it. Part of it's just a show of wanting to continue being free, but not having the numbers or the means to declare ourselves a free city, like some of the other locations around the ring. But all I would ask of you is to don't say anything about this.
Don't say anything about what? What a
Appreciate
quaint
it.
little inn you have here in this fishing village.
If our situation were to be upended, we would likely need to leave behind much of what we have gained and start new somewhere else.
In all honesty, you had quite an impressive snatch and grab worked out. Sorry it happened to be against us.
Yeah, it's not impressive enough, it seems. I even got thrown overboard once.
Well, you look like you're doing all right.
Rumors
how
of my demise and
influential
all that. Oh, go ahead, Alex.
the man that we talked to, Haith in the capital, the
Hatham.
Duchess's Hatham. How influential is he again?
He's one of the main advisors, but you're not You specifically, in particular, would be relatively not versed in Ossifixian politics.
Okay, but out of character, if I was to suggest that we suggest to these folks, maybe we might be able to talk to somebody at some point that could persuade the Duchess to I don't know, lower taxes or something. That's just where my mind goes when it comes to trying to help the smaller village. It's just try and relieve their financial burdens a little bit, but.
Yes, we make do. And for what it's worth, I'm glad no one on your end died. For the most part, we like to keep things non-lethal in those situations.
Well, I do appreciate that.
I'm sure you do.
I mean, lucky for you, there were two of you.
Around this time, Felix comes out with food, hears you talking about the fight again, and he sort of just slows his pace down and looks nervous, like, just putting food in front of people.
I give him a good smile. Nod.
Yes, and it's lucky for you, you had an entire ship of allies coming up to help you.
Marston just kind of chuckles. I'd watch with him.
I feel like we might have to have a rousing arm wrestling competition to settle this once and for all. Otherwise, it seems like we're both a little prideful here.
The halfling walks over. Oh, the boss? He's never prideful. And sort of just pats Agrin on the middle of his back.
If he's sitting down, I'd imagine on his thigh.
She does a little hop.
Oh, okay.
It's a nice crisp butt pat.
Nice crisp ass smack. How about a crisp high five?
Reverberation.
For you, 10.
If it's keeping restrained to an arm wrestling match, I don't see how anyone's walking away from that sans head. But I will take this, and I pick up my my bottle and my chowder, and I move away from the two of them.
Agrin looks over at you, sizes up his arm and where he's sitting, and sizes you up, and he's like, the logistics of this are a little weird.
Yeah.
You could just forfeit, it's okay.
Or I could throw you into the ocean.
Ooh, I pay to see that.
You know, I've wrestled with the legendary Skarnir before. Or Slamkillies. Slamkillies.
Yeah. Saying you wrestled a Skarnir would very much be a holy fuck, what?
I mean, did you ever engage in melee combat with Solwyn? Or not Solwyn. What's her name? Solana.
Solania.
Solana?
Oh wait,
Yep.
Solana.
Yep.
I don't remember if I ever directly fought her.
I don't think you did. So yeah, Slamkules definitely.
Oh, really? That powdered up Gus.
He is a Ringworld treasure, and I will not sit here and hear any talking down to the greatest gladiator on the ring.
Gladiator. He's more of an actor.
Was there a
He doesn't-
patio area?
Oh.
How
Yes,
can Marston get further away from this?
there is a patio looking out over the docks and out to the ocean.
Oh, fucking delightful! I'm heading out there with my chowder. That way, if they both get kicked out of the bar to fight in the street, I have perfect seat for it too.
As you're sitting out there, you see a interesting, light anomaly that happens occasionally around this area, where the area you're in is nighttime, but out across the expanse is a section of daytime, and the Vilros Mirror mountain range sticks up enough to where you can see it as just like a bright sort of arrowhead over the ocean.
Hey, Cameron, come out here.
I will. Yeah.
Now, ain't that just a sight like no other?
Hard to imagine it's cursed when it looks this beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up pretty close by, so I'm well versed in all the sort of hearsay and stories about that there landmass. Never been myself, but it does have quite the sight.
Didn't the construct in the place? I'm being intentionally vague, just so that way I'm not, spilling state secrets here.
Hmm.
Didn't the construct in the place tell us that our little puzzle box needed to be at a place where light, dark, and earth all met at once?
I'm not sure on that. I know what we needed to do was get near the sun for our next step.
Yeah, there were steps of, being, sea level, and then there was being near the base of the ring, and then there's being, up near the star. But yeah,
Okay.
the where all of them meet is definitely a solid interpretation.
For the next step or for like the end?
Who's to say?
All right. Well, maybe.
I've seen light, dark, and the mountain all being in one particular focal point of vision.
Normally, I'd say I'm not very superstitious, but the last few days have been quite the fucking coincidence.
No such thing.
Well, I don't know about you, but we find ourselves right at this moment right here observing a particular phenomenon that brought to mind a thing we learned about weeks ago after some highly irregular turns of fate in the meeting of particular individuals and cargo deliveries. I feel like that's pretty strong evidence for coincidence.
Fair. The amount of
Truly
bullshit
don't
I've
know.
seen in regards to entities of power beyond understanding makes me believe that coincidence is just their meddling.
Maybe.
One might have to imagine we've been at the heart of too many odd moments of truly historic note for it to simply be just another thing. It is days like these that make people believe that the gods have plans for them.
At least that we're riding fate's tidal wave. I, for one, can appreciate the sights. I take a long sip.
Sid is not religious, but he's seen some shit.
Back inside the bar, we're gonna cut to Agrin. He's got Felix in a headlock, and he's like, "This is how Slamkillies makes it look like it's real, but it's actually quite fake."
I'm gonna be right back.
Why would you destroy the illusion? Why wouldn't you just enjoy the entertainment that he offers? It's fantastic.
Why would I want to waste my time with a fake fight when I could live in a real fight?
Well, you might get your ass kicked, I don't know.
Says the guy who was unconscious in the last fight.
It was 2 against 1.
It was 2 against 2. Your tinkerer buddy was involved. Hell, if we count the tiefling throwing knives, it was 3 on 2. We were at the disadvantage. You even had home field advantage.
You had 3 on 3. It's just your little kobold friend went down like a wet paper bag.
Rodrigo, he is a wet paper bag.
I
We
don't
just
know why.
love bashing on this kobold, don't we? Everybody
why
loves to hate on the Bardic Mariachi kobold.
I don't know why you put your trust in a wet paper bag. That seems like a foolish option.
He sings well. I don't need him to be anything more than a wet paper bag.
Well, then don't expect him to carry home your bag full of baguettes. I don't know.
I wasn't. That's why I wasn't even counting him in the roster number. It was 3 on 2. You had more people. One of mine was a wet paper bag. It doesn't even count as a number.
The entire time.
What about your tinkerer?
Yeah, he basically cowered in fear from you. That was pretty impressive, by the way.
He was still
He
in
was
the fight.
running the whole thing.
Yeah,
Do
and
we
then there
have
was
a do we have an arm wrestling table, or are we just gonna jaw jack all?
Look, I'm still confused about how I'm gonna arm wrestle a dwarf, but we can go for it.
I'm gonna suplex you over the table, and
How is that an arm wrestle?
I learned from Slamkules.
Oh, good, so I don't have to worry about anything. He walks over to a table, like, waves a few people off. Sets his arm down with a hefty thunk. And the tip of your hand comes up to about his wrist. And he, see, this is weird, like the height difference.
Well,
He,
just level your arm out farther down a little bit.
Which is going to
Pull
give you
your
an
elbow
advantage
back.
for leverage.
I mean, sounds like you're scared.
Ugh.
Sounds like you're
It
scared.
makes
of
sense
losing.
that you're from a backwater town.
I'm not even from a town. I just want.
That's how backwater it is.
You're scared. It's okay.
Locks in the hand for arm wrestling.
All right.
All right, strength check.
Is he just doing an honest to goodness check here, or do I have to throw a little rage on this check?
I mean, if you want to cheat, go ahead and rage.
No, I'll just use my
Wow.
inspiration. I'll just use the inspiration that I have from the recap. Oh, thank God, one of those wasn't that one. So strength check 17.
He angles his arm down, and you begin to heft, and he's just staring at you, and he's like, remember the bit I was talking about, the leverage? Apparently it doesn't matter too much. Slams your hand down. You got a 22. Ugh. Another round?
Oh, why not? I'll let you feel good about yourself again.
What do you mean again? I always feel good about myself.
This guy's an endless font of confidence.
I don't know.
Have you seen me?
I
I'm glorious.
I ran out of witty banter about 20 minutes ago. Oh,
I thought you
dog
ran out of
shit.
it before you got into the tavern.
As a 7.
Ooh.
We played up this too much.
Which is a shame because he also rolled low, but rolled better than a 7. Ugh. He doesn't slam your hand down, he just, taps it to the table. It was a good show.
I'll take the bottle. I'm not talking to him. I'm gonna take the bottle, walk outside. Still a bit sore. No big deal. You're welcome for the fucking delivery, asshole. And I'll just walk outside.
Felix is like, what did I do?
Ignis is being a sore loser because those were some dog shit rolls. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just go outside and join my party.
The food is tasty. The venison went a little cold during the arm wrestle, but some nice red meat on your plate.
All right.
You guys spent a little while just sitting out in the cool night air on the edge of the ocean, enjoying your meal and drink. And whenever you're ready, you can head inside, and Felix shows you to your rooms.
Morrison gets pretty well toasted. He's feeling good. He's riding a high. Last few days were really good.
Actually, after a little while of you guys drinking and eating, you notice a squirrely-looking kobold scuttle past you and into the tavern.
Ooh, I take up new seat somewhere where I can witness this going down. As soon as I see him, I go, this will be good. And I pick up the bottle. I'm guessing food's pretty much cleared off at this point. Whatever I've got left of that whiskey, I bring inside and try to find a new spot to observe.
The kobold sits down at a table with Agrin, and you can hear him begin to be like, You wanted to see me? I'm afraid I don't have any new ship tips just yet. It's so soon after the last one, Oh, yes, I'm aware, but that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to ask how your head was. My head? Why? Because clearly you had a concussion when you gave us our last tip. Have you improved? I'm afraid I don't understand, sir. Couple more Vikings line up around him, and he begins looking around. You can tell the look in his eye he's trying to find an escape route. Well, as it turns out, the ship you had us hit was a consortium ship, which is one of those things you said you weren't going to do. The kobold's eyes go wide. What? No. It wasn't a consortium ship. I wouldn't do that to you. One of the Vikings grabs him by the shoulder. I promise I didn't send you to a consortium ship. Please. That wasn't what that ship was. Oh. Now you see, wish I could believe you on that, but you see, I didn't even like you to begin with, and then we have a botched run. Rodrigo almost dies, and we're down a skiff, and I need to find somebody to hold responsible for that. So, this is what I'm going to do. He stands up, grabs the kobold by the back of his shirt, picks him up, and walks over to you guys. I would like to offer you all a thank you gift for returning some of my crew members to me. I believe this is the individual that tried to raid your ship a little while back. I have captured him for you. I'm a vigilante like that.
Well, well, well. It's like you're the mysterious individual X.
X, I can't even count that high. I don't know what you're talking about.
Armor on, eyes glowing.
Oh my god!
Well, I will say your crew did assure me that you'd, handle your own books, so to speak, here. And well, I do appreciate that you, I do appreciate the gesture. We are but passing through, and wouldn't want to impede your own operations too much.
You see a bit of hope in his eyes.
Yes, I'm not worth inconveniencing you for.
Oh, I believe I still was promised a beating. Oh wait, no, that wasn't it. It was a busted snout. If I do recall.
You hear a laugh from across the bar as the halfling and the man from the interrogation are enjoying a drink.
I swear I didn't know you guys were consortium. Please. I wouldn't do that.
Would you be able to keep it that way?
I promise I won't hit another consortium ship ever.
Oh, no. I mean, will you be able to keep it that we are not a consortium ship? There might be some relevance to staying under the radar, so to speak.
I don't understand what you want from me, sir. Are you guys undercover?
As I said, they said they would take care of their own books. All I'm asking of you is to forget us entirely.
I don't even know who I am.
And they haven't even busted your snout yet.
I'm just a humble little gnome. Look at me, I'm wandering off. I'm gonna go off into the foothills and do gnome things.
I look to Agron and just kind of raise my eye, like, is this kind of a sort of like, well, you if this is all if this is all right with you. Otherwise, I'm kind of I'm trying to convey, like, I'm passing this to them to decide how they want to handle it.
Agron shrugs, motions for a couple of his men to walk up. They stand on either side.
Oh, don't worry, man. We'll escort you out to the foothills to do gnome things. That's very, very kind of you.
His head sinks.
Igneous is gonna lean over to Kimber and be like, "Are they gonna kill him?"
Is that the indication, Steven?
If the kobold doesn't die, he's going to be severely beaten.
Hold on. They're the thieves. He's just the informant, and they're going to get close to Kit. And I couldn't kill them for them being thieves, and yet they're just going to possibly murder the informant. This is fucked up.
I lean over to Igneous, and I'm like, you see, there's a lot of nuance in the situation, because they trusted him to not get them all killed, and then he almost got them all killed.
I mean, are we going to give away that we're not consortium so that they don't beat the shit out of a poor, innocent informant? Semi-innocent?
Who says why not?
I'm going to pull Igneous aside and go, if they believe that we are consortium, it is less likely that other future attacks on our ship will occur.
If we let them beat the shit and possibly kill that kobold, I really do feel like we are actually the bad guys for letting them do that to him. I'm just throwing that out there right now.
Taking care of their own business here. We're just tangentially involved. It's up to them what they do.
We've had this conversation before.
Yeah, basically, like, your morality is very confusing, because essentially the last time this came up, it was pretty much the exact opposite situation of, like, or no, it was basically the same thing. You're like, if we turn this person over to the police, they'll just kill them, so I'm gonna kill them.
Yeah, but this guy is way less like, this guy's offenses are way less than the guy that said, I will break the law again. Like, this guy is, like, passing information.
Yeah, but I mean, he's basically being paid to find ships to rob, and giving that.
They're the ones doing the actual law breaking. Like,
well, so is he. Like, he's an information broker that's specifically finding ships to rob.
I don't know. I feel like letting bad people beat up other bad people.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. You've got criminals handling their own criminal business. If you want to jump up and be like, they basically handed him off to us to take care of how we will. Marston just politicked his way out of having to make that decision. So if you're going to stand up here and be like, well, hold on a minute, let's not beat him up. And I mean, like, that's on you, man. Like, I remove myself from the situation, basically, like, very verbally and obviously.
How about a nice telling off, huh? How about you just tell him off, and you folks all give him a second chance, huh? How about that?
Agron cocks an eyebrow. And the man and the halfling that you guys had interrogated look over and is like, the halfling's like, is that the same dwarf?
you like Marston is like you know what? No, I was gonna say visibly, but he's audibly shaking his head. like he just looks flabbergasted. And when they say that, he nods. Like shrugs, maybe. I believe you called it on the ship.
Agrin speaks up. Dwarf, this is about making sure he understands properly what happens when he doesn't do his job right. Now, we won't kill him if that's you. We just need to make sure he learns his lesson. That said, I did hand him over to you lot. Deal with as you would, since he, the one that directed us to your ship to hit. Instead of handing him off, you can just make your own decision. And call it as that's the punishment you go with. That said, if that's the case, I'm going to state right now, he will not continue being in our service. And we will probably just send him off into the foothills and, well,
Let him do gnome things.
look at him.
We just toss him in the lake and call it good.
Thoughts, dwarf?
Many. Maybe a few I shouldn't express. Take care of your business, I guess.
We always do. The two individuals strong-arming the kobold escort him outside. And there is nothing else for tonight, unless anybody else wants to do anything else.
That's about all I got.
I am satisfied with my care.
All right.
I don't care what happens to the guy. I just want to make sure that they still believe we're consortium. That's...
I personally feel like that's like one of the worst things they could think. Like, I don't know.
These guys are criminals. Like, it's perfect for them to believe that we're, like, because we're not. Like the whole, you wouldn't want like, you know, respectable or certain people to think that, but that's not who we're dealing with right now. So it's like the smoke and mirrors game that we put on with these guys was very specifically that. So, like, kind of dropping that pretense now, because they kind of jumped to their own conclusion on that, and then I reinforced it with showing them the ring. I was implying that, because like I said, I originally thought that they were, you know, after potentially, like, some of our more special cargo, which I don't think we even had on the ship at the time. I don't think we're transporting anything like that right now.
You had a parcel from Hatham,
Okay. Was he the
advisor.
The advisor we met with? Okay. Okay, so yeah, then we did have something. But depending on the size of that might be something that the captain keeps in his own quarters. But yeah, so like there's there's just like nothing to gain by like being like, oh, we lied, woohoo, in this particular instance. So like keeping up appearances was kind of the goal.
As for the rest of the night, the bedrooms are nicely furnished, if a bit simple. Beds lined with furs to help keep you warm. Small wood-burning stoves in each room to add a bit more heat.
I'm gonna rig a jam in my door just in case.
All right.
But otherwise, I think I'm gonna sleep soundly.
And that is just about all I have for today. It's about 3:45 right now.
Sexy.
Questions, comments, concerns?
Frosthaven?
I believe both me and Nick confirmed in the chat.
Oh, okay. I haven't been back to it yet, so.
Confirmed what?
Who's Ambrose?
That's Rose and Lance.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we've got 4. So even if Pat and Gail can't make it, we're good.
Stan, Nick, and myself, we play Frosthaven with another friend.
Oh,
of
I
ours
get you.
On Monday nights.
That Ura gif is disturbing.
A little bit, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the more I look at it, the worse it becomes.
Yeah, I hate the Marine on the bottom right.
Yeah, that's the thing that I think first. Like, it just seems wrong.
But yeah, questions, comments,
Shoulders.
concerns about this.
Yep.
All good.
All right, guys, had fun?
Sounds
Oh
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God damn, that was just awesome.
good session.
Bye, dear.
Yeah. Good times.
Catch you all
I think-
later.
I think that's one of the best executions of oh shit, we forgot about something. We need to resolve.
Yeah.
I've ever played through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, that was pretty slick, Steven.
Glad to hear. Widdly woo, widdly woo, widdly woo. All right, later, gang.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, and Alex is gone. Bye, stream.